Hi everyone, we're here to tell you about our Patreon.
Your support enables our podcast to grow bigger and better. If you love this podcast, check out our VIP area over on Patreon. For as little as £3 a month, that's 70p a week, you gain access to our Patreon exclusive episodes every single week.
These episodes include our monthly talent show, which is live on stage, featuring some of the best comedians in the country. Look at this.
I used to be like a Meatloaf impersonator.
Sing us some Meatloaf right now.
There's evil in the air, there's thunder in the sky, and a killer on a bloodshot streets. Hold down the tunnel where the deadly horizon. Oh, I swear, a young boy down to God.
Plus, you can get up close and personal with us on the Shed episodes, where we are definitely not under the influence of illegal substances.
I'm trying to hold this bear back. Can't hold it back much longer. Oh, not into the
There's an ever-growing archive of Patreon exclusive episodes ready for you to dive into right now this second.
Episodes like the 420 special, where Amy wrote me a comedy set for me to do in front of a live audience who had no idea what I was doing. It was horrific.
It was bad.
Have a look.
I've made a list of the really bad things I've done in my life, and I'm going to make up for them now. I have wanked over my nan. She had really amazing tits.
There's loads of other bonuses like 48 hours early access to our public episodes, pre-sale on tickets and merch.
£5 tiers get you discounts on the live show tickets. You get a free print that was designed by me and Amy. Sick. People put it up in their houses and that. Class.
£10 patrons get free tickets to our live shows. They get a signed print, discount on merch, and an exclusive members only club card.
Ooh, these club cards are reserved for podcast guests and the £10 tier top dons. Check out the details over at patreon.com/the Mild High Club. Join the club, will ya? Get involved.
We absolutely love you guys, and without your support we wouldn't be where we are, so thank you.
We love yous.
On with the show.
These are the best.
I do believe we're sponsored by Manscaped.
Ooh. And you know, when I'm prepping my balls to dip them in household condiments, I'm using Manscaped products. We just received our performance package, and including in that, you get the Lawnmower 4.0, which is this nifty little shaver. Very lightweight. It's waterproof. Got a little light on it so you can really see what's going on down there. You also get Crop Reviver Ball Toner. Give your balls a little spritz, make them smell nice. And you also get some anti-chafing ball deodorant. Look at that. Lovely balls. I'm hairy up here. I'm smooth as a seal from the neck down.
Ladies, we go through so much grooming, from eyebrows to eyelashes, hair and nails. The very least your fella can do is tidy up his horrible scraggly ball sack. If you're looking for a chunky gift for your man, look no further than Manscaped.
During the 4 million men worldwide who have reduced odour, their chance of ingrown hairs, nicks and cuts on the ball bag, get yourself a performance package today. Use the code TMHC20 at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Plus, you get a little gift with it. These anti-chafing underpants. Very soft.
They feel amazing.
And you also get this bag, which is nice and smooth, like your bag will be when you use the Lawnmower 4.0.
You know, if you're looking to buy a gift for your dad, now I don't know much about dads, but from what I see in the films, they've got hairy noses and hairy ears. Well, in that case, the Weed Whacker. Perfect for those hairy crevices.
Get on it. Manscaped.com. Use code TMHC20 at checkout. 20% off. Free shipping. Your balls will thank you. Your missus will thank you. Your fella will thank you.
Your dad'll thank you.
Your dad will thank you. Go get it. We love yous.
Love you.
Back to the show.
Bye.
Hey, we're back. Episode 68. Mild High Club. Phil Chapman's here. Finally got you on.
Finally, if I'd have known it was 68, I would have waited one just for the
Oh, I know.
6'9".
We tried to get a porn couple on for it. I think would have been good.
They're too big now. They've been signed to an agent and don't want to mess with us riffraff.
I could have got my barber on. He's a porn star.
Is he?
Really?
An Irish porn star.
Well, we've got
Irish
Shame
porn
and Kev
star?
on instead next week.
You've got who?
Shame and Kev.
Oh, Shame and Kev, yeah.
Can we go back to your Irish porn star barber?
My barber's a porn star.
Where can you say where he works, or how do people know he's a porn star, or did you just stumble across him?
Like, we were just chatting when he was cutting my hair.
Yeah,
and he told me he's like a porn star that's getting into it. He's not a porn
okay.
star.
Okay.
But he's like open
Porn
mic.
apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah, open
Like-
spot, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
open
hilarious.
spot porn.
Wow.
Imagine if there was open mics for porn.
Yeah. Oh,
Like you have to
God.
just wait, go down, sign up, wait to go on and do like your 5 minutes.
Getting gonged
Like-
off.
Yeah.
I feel like there's only like a few A-list porn stars, like with men. Only that Johnny, you know, the bald fella. He's always on Brazzers.
Oh, I don't know.
maybe I'm just a massive fan of his work.
Out with
Yeah.
yourself.
He's the only one I recognise, to be honest.
That'd
It's
be a
like
f-
his
that-
face crops up all the time.
That's funny when someone asks you like, "Oh, who's your favourite porn star?" And you're like, "Johnny from Brazzers." And I'm like, I meant one of the women. There's always puts a shift in.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it.
I don't
It's
know.
fine. It's 2022.
So what did
Pride
you say?
month, mate.
What's he like? Is he how many weeks does he? How many days a week does he do?
Well, he's
Split
he
between.
still does the barbering.
Yeah.
So it can be going.
Yeah, he's
Like,
still got.
it's not
Mm.
going back.
He hasn't
but
gone
was-
pro.
Did he tell you?
He has to like book in jobs. So it's like
Right.
it's just like comedy, I guess.
How did
the
you get onto
booking.
the conversation of it? Like how many times you have your hair cut to where he has to go? Started doing porn.
No, that was his first. Like he was brought it up straight away. He was like chatting away, and he was like, "Oh yeah, do porn as well." And I was like,
Oh.
but then I was like, "How did you get into that?"
Yeah.
I'm like interested in the mechanics.
Yeah, crowd work
Yeah.
comparing the.
And he
the
said he's
haircut.
really well endowed. So he messaged a porn producer and was like, where's my, I need a contract. And the guy just kept blanking him. And he was like, I was messaging him every week because I was trying to get into porn.
Was he sending unsolicited dick pics to try and get a
Yeah.
contract with
He
it?
didn't do that, but he said eventually the guy messaged him back and said, you don't message me again unless you got a 10-inch cock. And he was like, well, I got 11 inches. Where's my contract?
Yeah.
He said he rang him straight away.
11 inches.
Do you think anyone's ever sent in like a little video of the willy just being like, "Pick me"?
I mean,
What with the face on it.
Yeah.
Like,
you have to
really
do stuff
like-
differently, don't you?
Yeah, they must send in
Penis
reels and
puppet.
stuff like that. Is me shagging someone 09. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
They're like, this is a good year.
Yeah. Oh, that's mad.
Wow.
like
what
bad
a world.
video quite like shaky.
Yeah, yeah,
With
yeah.
those old
yeah.
school
Yeah.
camera phones that you used to
Setting it
get
up.
back in the day.
Just setting it up first.
Did he
Walking away
say,
from it.
like, what's the pay like?
He said he hasn't really told me much about the financials.
Okay.
He said like he's got to get like an OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yeah,
We all
fellas
going
only fans
independent like that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think that's how you do it. You sort of be it's like anything.
Yeah.
Like a podcast game.
Yeah.
Got to get your own podcast.
Yeah.
Patreon
Yeah,
going
yeah.
OnlyFans.
I wonder if it starts like you have to start in bukakis and it's like 40 men, but if you perform,
Yeah.
then you stand out. So like,
Yeah.
number 30.
Get to judges' houses. You're in front of Simon Cowell and that. They're all sat watching you. Got the golden buzzer.
Wow. That's pretty
That's
wild.
it, yeah.
Instead of glitter, it's just spunk.
Nickelodeon getting good.
Would you ever go into porn? OnlyFans?
No, don't
No?
think so. I don't think I got the. I think I'm too old for it. Too old for porn.
You can be
Well,
in the
there's
over
every
25s.
category. Yeah,
Milf.
yeah. Don't.
You got your nipples pierced, haven't you?
I had
What?
one pierced.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry
Me
about
and
that.
Tom get up to some.
I thought that was just a
shady
wild assumption. You must have your nipples pierced. Like, just looking at you, yeah.
I had one pierced, but it fell out,
Oh,
Get-
really?
popped out.
Yeah. How did you find it, getting it done? Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back when I was like 18, I got it done.
Mm.
Okay.
Getting piercings is a mad thing to do.
Have
Like-
you not got any?
I had tunnels. That's why I've got these holes in my ears. I had an eyebrow piercing when I was dead young. Like I went with my mum and my nan to go and get it done. Like that's how mad it was.
Did they
Like
get
it-
theirs done?
no, yeah, my grandma walked out with snake bites and a second piercing. And then I got my septum done, but I think it got done like it was so painful. Like the needle didn't really hurt, but then putting the ring in,
That's what it
I think the ring was
stretches it. Yeah.
bigger than the needle, so it was instantly stretching it,
Yeah.
and it was the closest I've ever been to passing out from pain. Because like I remember like just tensing my head so hard. Like, you know, when you sat under lights, you can like see light, can't you? Like the shadows and that. It went so black,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was like, "This isn't good." So I opened my eyes, and then my eyes were streaming. So it looked like I was like underwater. That's how much they were streaming. And I was like, that was too painful. That
Too much.
yeah. And then it was wonky, and I was like, brilliant.
Yeah. I didn't
Tough it
think
out.
it was that bad.
This
I
way
think you're a fan.
or this way?
Like that way.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
it looked wonky. It was straight, but it was that way.
yeah.
Like so, it just always looked. And I went, "Oh, this is the worst idea I've ever had in my life."
I
You
think it's
pierced
fine.
your own face and they're so
I did
symmetrical.
these myself. I ordered needles off eBay and I stuck them in my head. And but I was just going to say with like tattoos and that, they're just a bad idea because you're just full of cancer now. Like they just cause cancer.
Yeah, it's come out that
Tattoos?
they're like,
Yeah, full of
like the inks like
carcinogens.
carcinogenic and they're banning it. And they've, I think, I don't know if it's been overturned or not, but they've banned like coloured inks in Europe.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't realize.
I don't know if it's been overturned because like all tattoo artists were like, no, we make our like. There's some companies who are like ran by tattoo artists and they make their own inks
Right.
and they're probably like not cancerous at all. And they're like, no, we use these inks and you're taking a living away from us or whatever. So I don't know if it's been
But
overturned.
also, people are allowed to smoke if they want or drink if they want.
And everything
Yeah.
gives you
So-
cancer now anyway, so it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck it. Just
yeah, Amy wrote a song about it, didn't you?
Everything gives you cancer.
That was a song.
So 1 in 2 cancer.
exactly. If it's 1 in 2 at this point, then just, do you know what I mean?
Live your life, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Might get hit by an asteroid anyway, and then it's done anyway. innit?
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Someone's asked a question about your songs.
My songs.
Yeah.
Right. My one. I've got 2 songs.
Yeah, they have. So Harriet Sloan has asked, will there be another hit song like Slogan? And then there's another question, but I'll let you in.
So
Will
for
there
any-
be another hit song?
so-
if something comes up where I get an idea.
So for anyone who
definitely.
doesn't know, you wrote, was it Hands
It's called
Face
Slogans,
Space?
but it's called
Oh.
Hands Face
DJ
Space.
Hands Face
DJ Hands
Space.
Face Space.
And it was about the COVID
Yeah.
regulations and that one. And did that like do proper bits, did it?
It did good numbers.
Yeah,
Like, it's got
yeah,
quite
yeah.
a few streams on
Yeah.
Spotify.
I remember when it
couple-
was kicked, like when you put it out, it was proper kicking off.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
yeah,
Did
it's
you-
everywhere.
You'll have to ask permission if we can add a little clip of it, just to give
Yeah,
people
put it
a
on
little
at the end
taste.
of the episode.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
put
a
a
little,
little.
taste, yeah, a
Hands,
little
face,
hands,
space,
face,
when
and
I'm
then. So, like,
Yeah, it's mad because you're sick with your editing as well. So
Yeah.
that's what like you made your own like music video for it and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what like really elevated it. It was great.
I had like a green screen suit, so just my head floating around.
I would have loved to have walked in on you just doing that, just like in a green little like
I know.
morph suit, just be like hands, face, face.
yeah, I just
Still doing.
I always imagine your missus just coming in and you're like in front of the green screen, just getting up to all
mate,
sorts.
all the time, because like that was
Just
during
leaves his tea
COVID.
there.
That was during COVID, and she like came in. She was like FaceTiming with me with her niece.
Yeah,
She was like, and I had like my hair spiked up, big mohawk.
just made people go a bit crazy, didn't it? Being locked down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like, but I didn't have comedy, so I was like, I gotta do.
That's what I mean. So you have to
gotta
find
have-
something new. So you ended up being a fucking in front of a green screen, being
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
DJ hands, face, space. Like put everyone in a weird mental state, didn't it?
I was
Mad.
going to ask about your sketches because it seems like the National, or when something comes up to just take your fancy, like your sketches are great.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that
the
uh,
national scandal.
that national one was
scandal.
fucking class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just write the same. It's the same sketch every year. You just update it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so clever though. Like, didn't someone rob that?
Yeah, some fella. He was like
Oh.
brother of a famous comedian.
Yeah, and he robbed it.
Robbed it. Not the exact wording, but it was the same. And then
Mm.
put his own out. And
Yeah.
he'd liked mine, so I was like, someone
And-
sent it to me.
And he wouldn't have made his, would he? Because
No,
he's
he
an
was
older
literally
guy.
Just a pair of binoculars out there. Just holding a pair of binoculars. I was
Yeah.
like, I've gone to nowhere.
It's funny that though.
Did you make the music for slogans and that, or did
No,
you,
like there was a guy who did it for me
oh really?
on
No
Fiverr.
way.
Oh right,
He wrote
yeah.
the music. I sent him like an example and I said, make it like this. And he made it even better.
Did you just, was it out your mouth, the example? Like,
yeah.
like this.
I needed to be all like that. Like German techno music.
Yeah,
I
that's-
just gave him a brief. I said, German techno music.
Yeah,
A bit like this. And here's some of the words.
it's sick that Fiverr, innit? I've never used it, but it's such a good idea. You just
What is
go on
it?
there.
I've never heard of it.
It's like a website for like graphic designers and musicians and all that, and you go on going,
Oh, okay.
can someone make me a fucking German techno song or
Yeah.
whatever? And they come to you
Right.
and go, yeah, 50 quid or whatever, make you a little song.
It was
That's good.
so mad. It was so when you think about it now, out of context, because like we're not in that.
That's what I'm saying. It was a weird mental
Yeah.
time for everyone.
It was all
Like people
everyone
were
talked
doing
about for 2 years. It
Yeah.
was just every day. It was just on your.
hands, face, space.
Yeah. So looking back, like taking a step back now, you're like, that was fucking mental.
Yeah, it was mad, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
Just not being allowed to go out was just, I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta do something.
Like you're only allowed to go to the park for 20 minutes, or the police come and like give
Yeah.
you a fine.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, what's this going on? It's mad.
Megaphones and shit.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, it was like a big mental health experiment.
Do you know what was
We
weird
all
though?
failed.
I don't think anyone came out of it.
What was mad though?
Some
Yeah.
I kind of
I
went
became
through
a
one
podcaster.
in New Zealand. So when I got home and went straight back into it, I was like, oh, I've been training for this.
I had one
It was
as
mad.
well when I was younger because I dropped out of school, had a nervous breakdown and was scared to go outside, and I had to have counsellors to help me like talk to people again. Like I proper went mad when I was about 15. So when this one come around,
Why she
I was
pierces her
waiting
own
for another
face.
one. I hate going outside. So like when this come, I was like, yeah.
Introvert.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was all right with it, but it was other stuff that happened like outside of the pandemic, which made me go a bit mad. But
Yeah.
I was the whole staying inside thing. I was like, yeah, like
I was pretty easy with it. I don't go out
Yeah.
much anyway. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with this. I've got an
classic
excuse not to go.
stoners. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then and as well, like comedy, I was fine with not doing because no one was doing it.
That was it. There was no FOMO, was there?
Yeah,
That was the
it was
best thing
only
about
when
it.
the gig started again and people were getting gigs and I wasn't.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, I did that gig last week, but I'm jealous of you this week.
Did you not do any Zoom gigs?
I did like 5.
It's just
but
not the same, though, is it?
Weird.
It's not the same. Like I did one in. I didn't realize it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like on Zoom, and it was. But I thought it was going to be like just to Zoom people, but it was Zoom people in Kent, and I'd done the whole thing about Nigel Farage, and that's his. So half of them loved it because they hate him,
Yeah.
and the other half fucking hated me.
Yeah, you don't need
They were like
half the
waving
room.
flags down the.
Oh, no.
thing.
was they?
Like-
Oh, no.
Like Union Jacks and that, they're like waving them down.
That's heavy,
Spamming the
that.
chat.
Yeah, because I'd literally just like photoshopped like penises onto Nigel Farage and stuff, and I was like showing them, like doing like a late night
That's
talk show
funny,
host
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite good with the tech.
It's good that you mixed it up to match like the Zoom gigs, because a lot of people just try to do stand up
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
doesn't work. Whereas you were like,
Yeah.
oh, I can treat this more like a TV show now.
Yeah,
You have to
Because I'm at
adapt.
home with all my shit and I can prep it and all that.
yeah.
As well, it's so much cleverer than like, well, until they all hate you because you're ripping Nigel Farage. But yeah, is that the closest you think we've got to Black Mirror in the pandemic? Was like
Zoom
gigs and that. When you watch Black Mirror, there's the episode where they're all like on screens and
Yeah, just
everyone's
not
watching.
leaving the house.
Yeah.
Everything's like
I saw one episode of that.
I feel like
Oh,
that's the
really?
closest we've got.
it was good.
Which one did you watch?
The first one. Remember there was a guy on
The
a
pig
bike?
one.
Oh,
The pig, yeah.
as Prime
See,
Minister.
I think that's a weird one to
That-
have as the first
yes.
episode,
Gets brilliant.
No,
because
but
that
yeah.
put me off, and then I watched all the rest, and I was like, oh, this is some
Might
of them are
watch two.
class. Some of them are so
Do you remember
good.
there was another one as well?
Yeah.
Some of them are really good. Like the concepts of them are like fucked up, and it's just scary because like it's not so
Feels
far
like it's on the
fetched
way,
that
yeah.
it isn't possible.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is where we could end up, and that's not.
Did you see the
great.
thing that like on the Ricky Gervais show when it was a podcast and Carl Pilkington was on it and he was saying all these mad ideas for the films, and then someone's put them side by side with some
Yeah.
Black Mirror plot lines, and I was like, they've either robbed it or he sold it to them,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
which he might have, which would be cool, but
Or
I've
you might
never
come up with
seen.
them separately as well.
Oh, it's so similar though. Like they literally play it side by side,
But
and it's playing out in the show as he's saying it on the podcast.
People have
Like-
the same thoughts though as well.
Yeah, because it was quite an easy premise of like, oh, if a doctor could feel your pain, do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I've had thoughts like that.
But then the other one about going in the partner's brain,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was
that's a weird one to come up with, isn't it?
That was good. That one.
Yeah.
It does get good, you know.
I
Film.
would never wish that on my missus.
It's
to go in my
yeah.
brain.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
So,
both in there.
so she was like, she was in his brain. They shared a brain, and then after a while, he got sick of it, and he put it in a teddy.
Right.
And then like the mum's
Just
just
trapped
watching
in a
that life
teddy
happen.
forever.
It was it's really dark, sick though.
Yeah.
No spoilers though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe skip that one.
Did I tell you I tried to make like a little video in lockdown,
Did
and it was about like going insane, and it was like me doing stand up in front of me dog and shit.
Have you
like
got
that.
it?
And no.
Oh.
And
Did
then
you
I-
delete it straight
I
away
remember-
out of
No,
shame?
I remember showing it to my mum, and my mum went, "Don't put that on." And I was like, do you think she went?
Were
Not
you,
for me. That bitch, and I was like, yeah, I think she's right, and I made up she did it
Yeah.
because it was horrific.
oh, will you reenact it and we can add it?
I'll get back to you.
There was a
I'll
little
send
one,
you
yeah.
something,
Yeah, that's funny that.
That's a Patreon app.
yeah.
Sure.
Me doing stand up to the dog. It's about the same reaction. To be honest.
Oh, fucking hell. So
Don't
you've been
just
up
leave
to
them
anything
halfway
exciting, Phil?
Exciting. I've been in
Any
Ireland.
projects on the go?
Yeah.
I have.
What'd you go there
Where,
for?
why, what?
Wedding.
Oh, was it nice?
It was good.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
In the wedding was in the wedding was in just outside Oma, reception was in Letterkenny.
Okay.
So
Don't know either of them places.
North.
Sorry, Ireland.
through to the south.
Are there any differences in an Irish wedding? Are they all? Is it any stereotypes?
There's a lot more Irish dancing.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
a lot more Irish music.
Yeah.
Like they seem to do the reception a bit better than English weddings. Like
Oh,
English
really, yeah?
weddings just seem to be getting pissed in it.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's like even a wake. You know, you can't wait to just get fucking
Yeah.
sloshed.
You got smashed up one the other day, didn't you?
It was a
christening or something.
communion
Yeah.
in Bootle.
That's so scouse.
It was lost out, but they're the best nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
boss.
hilarious.
Had a laugh.
I know so many people who are like, oh, I love a christening.
Yeah.
You're like, why? Because you just get twatted, don't you?
And it's just a day
Like,
sesh. Do you know what I mean?
I remember
It's
going to,
hilarious.
doing a christening at when I worked in the Radisson
Yeah.
as a barman, and the amount of cocaine we found after the
Really, yeah.
christening, it was like, this is fucking disgraceful.
That's so funny. Where was the Radisson?
Like the Radisson on Old Hull Street.
Oh, so in Liverpool, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
It's a
funny, that.
celebration of a child, like
Yeah.
coming into God's kingdom.
Yeah.
They were proper horrible families as well. They were proper, like, you know, like, because it was an open bar, you can only do single measures.
Right.
Otherwise, people take the piss.
Yeah.
And you were going, like, I can only do singles. Fuck off, you.
Oh.
It's just why?
Like, trying to
Why
start
do you
me.
have to be like that?
Yeah.
Just go. Okay, can I just drink
they're on
this one and then
cocaine,
come back and drink that one?
Yeah.
Like,
And they're around all the cousins that you haven't seen in ages and stuff, and they get all G'd up and just
yeah.
I've been to a few
Mad.
dicey ones.
I've never been to a christening or
No.
a communion.
'Cause you don't know family, do you?
No, I'm meeting my dad on Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
See how that
Ooh,
goes.
When this episode's out, you will have met him.
Oh,
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
to be fair, you don't belong in a church, Amy. Stay
Why
away.
Right.
In bed when you walk in.
That's true.
Like a
yeah.
vampire.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate going to churches. They're boring.
Yeah.
Churches are so boring.
I like them.
They're
It's a
beautiful
cool.
though.
Yeah.
I'd like to live in one.
In a church?
Yeah, and do drugs all over the place.
You could do it in Egbert. Church there. Converted.
Yeah.
Is there?
James used to live there. James.
Oh,
I'm not going to say his last name because
Okay, yeah.
you might not want it out there.
yeah.
but
But they're just absolutely beautiful. Like, where did we go? At Vatican City, like all that.
Oh yeah, let's
that-
just move into the Vatican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're
Do you
starting
know
off
what?
She's so ambitious, you know. It's going to kill me. This. It's going to kill
the
me.
church town.
Yeah. This is all ours now, Pope. We're about the way.
That's the city is the church.
We're going to paint our heads onto the Sistine Chapel. Just me and Amy passing a tube to one another. Like,
Yes, that's literally our logo.
Oh, yeah.
Our sticker in it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to live in a church.
I went to church a lot because our school was like a Christian school.
Yeah.
So we go to church every week, and I just found them really funny places because you weren't meant to laugh,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
that was when I wanted to laugh most. So I
Yeah.
just never pissing myself laughing through most of my time
Yeah,
in
yeah.
churches. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if
it's
you
just
do
mad,
like a
wasn't it?
fart, it echoes.
Even now, you know what I mean? If you go to a funeral, it's like, I start thinking mad shit like, what have I just done?
Yeah.
What have I done? We just fucking took someone's head in that hole.
It's weird how your brain does that to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're like the whole thing people always say about like, oh, when you're driving, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I could just fucking crash into that car or whatever. Like it happens all the time. Like you say, like, what if I just went and pushed that priest over?
Yeah.
Intrusive thoughts.
What was it?
Who's going to do that?
Is it
innit?
like OCD side effects, or is it its own
I'm pretty
thing?
sure everyone gets them. I was walking alongside Troy Hawke towards Paul Smith's wedding the week, and we walked past the stream, and every fibre of my being wanted to push. Every
should
fibre. And I said to as we got past the stream, I went, I really was pushing.
Because it's a better story, though, isn't it?
Oh boy.
It's a better story, though.
Yeah.
Like, because otherwise the story is, oh, me and Troy Hawke just walked to Paul Smith's wedding.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I pushed them into the stream on the way there because it was hilarious. Like, it's so much
Yeah.
better.
How was the wedding?
Good fun.
Nice, yeah. It
it's
looked
nice.
It looked
beautiful.
amazing, yeah.
It was
I was
nice.
so fuming because we got invited, but Dean was gigging in Hull.
Well, hey, it was my
how
first-
Could miss the comedy lounge though. If you love churches, go to the comedy lounge.
And to
It's
be
an ex-Laser
fair,
question.
it was my first paid weekend I'd
Yeah.
ever done. And it was already booked in before I knew about Paul Smith's wedding.
Yeah. We've all been in that situation as comedians. We've all
And
my mate, when
also, I don't think we could have afforded any of the accommodation down there.
yeah, it was quite.
I'd have drove down. I'd have slept on the beach.
And also, I'd have drove down. It's me doing a 5.5 hour drive, by
I
the
just
way.
kept you entertained the whole way.
No,
That's what I'm good for.
soz, we missed it.
Yeah.
All right.
We did miss
There'll be
it.
many other
It
weddings
was a
we can go
long
to.
drive, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
so far.
Devon.
Yeah.
Miles away, innit?
Crazy.
It looked amazing, though. Like, it looks like
Yeah.
such a
Nice.
nice place down there. I've never been. Like,
Nice day.
Yeah.
I
I'm
drove-
really.
Sorry, I drove to Devon with 2 Shih Tzus in the back of the car with me and wanted to kill me. Sorry.
I can't wait for our wedding because I just want it to be an extravaganza.
Yeah, we're not gonna get married until we can like throw a mad party.
Like,
You know
it's
what I
going to
mean?
be
Like the bar set.
stupid.
Do you know she wants to move into the Vatican?
Yeah.
The bar for the wedding is Newton Faulkner's going to perform. Just so you know that.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Newton Faulkner
Honestly,
is?
not that like.
I don't even like him. I don't even
I
know
know,
why.
I don't
I'm not even
know
that fussed on
why.
him, but we've said it now, so it'd just be hilarious to
just
have
one of
Newton
them
Faulkner in the
things,
corner.
like-
His posters in phase 1.
I've already
That's
put
weird.
the manifestation in motion, so he's coming now. I'm just
Too
gonna-
late, we've said it, so it's
He
happening.
might be a fan of the podcast.
He might
Exactly.
Get him in.
Get on, come on the podcast if you want.
Episode
Newton.
69 is looking for a.
If you're listening,
Gonna get your cock out.
Who we got for 69 to be known?
Shaman Kev.
Really? Yeah, we got him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Decent. That'll be
Yeah.
boss.
Talk to him about fertility cults and that.
What?
Like DMT and all that. It's all fertility
Is it?
rituals.
DMT?
And
Fertility.
What are you on about, dude?
like back in the day, or like they're saying about Christianity being about mushrooms and fertility rituals. Like,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Right.
Literally.
Okay, I'm with you now.
yeah, and
Yeah, I
The
thought you meant,
rain
like,
was got
people
called
take
God's
DMT
semen.
to be fertile.
yeah.
Do you know when he takes you through this DMT experience? Have you got to buy the DMT for him to?
Like
take
it's a
you
pyramid
through it?
scheme.
Do you know what I mean? Is he like?
Maybe
Is
that's
he
where
like,
the
You
name
can
come from. The
probably.
Egyptians.
I mean, this is all allegedly because we're not saying he does all this,
Yeah.
but you could probably pay hypothetically, and then for the full experience, you know, for the
Yeah.
the stuff and the guided.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I see. I thought it was going to be like one of them. Yeah, I can take you on this journey, but you've got to get it in.
Have you done DMT before?
We haven't tried it yet. Have
Right.
you done it?
I've tried
You
it.
done mushrooms? Have you? Have you done DMT? Yeah.
Mushrooms very dipped a toe,
Okay.
but not really.
Yeah.
I love mushrooms. They're my
Yeah, I enjoyed
favourite.
it, and it felt really chill. Like I had a great time.
Yeah,
and then we
yeah.
got a taxi home.
Yeah.
The cab driver, when he dropped me off, was like, "Dude, you are the coolest guy I've ever met." I was like, I am the coolest guy I've ever met. Because
Yeah.
normally people either
Yeah.
hate me or like me.
Yeah.
But he was just like, "This guy's fucking cool."
That's what mushrooms do.
Yeah.
They make
They
you
make you dead cool.
dead good.
What
What
was
was your-
like, whatever.
What was
Yeah.
your DMT
I love it.
experience like?
Done it a couple times. Like, it's strange.
Yeah.
Like it's proper. Like I didn't break through the first couple of times.
Okay.
Okay.
So what before breaking through, what was your sort of like? Was it similar to mushrooms, or have you not done enough mushrooms to have
No, I
that
wouldn't
sort
have-
of visual?
mushrooms is kind of wavy in it.
Mm.
DMT's
Well,
very.
it depends how many you have though, because like Callum Oakley met his kids, and that's not wavy. That's
Yeah.
past wavy. Do you
Yeah,
get what I
yeah,
mean? So
But I was assumed when you did it, it was going to be like everything was going to turn to cartoons.
yeah, right.
Really everything-
Hallucination.
It's weird. Like I felt it was more like I've never done LSD, but people say to me that's kind of like triangular, like geometrical shapes.
Yeah.
I thought the acid was very similar to the mushrooms.
So did I.
That's what I'd heard.
Yeah.
It's similar to mushrooms, but mushrooms is more wavy, but
Right,
And that's a bit more
LSD's more straight.
right.
right.
That's what my understanding of it. I've
Okay.
not tried it, but DMT was very much like things going into each other and
Right.
shapes
Okay.
going around and like it goes mad.
Fractal.
Yeah, very fractal.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
I was like spinning and went through a black hole and everything, and then like
Whoa.
met a serpent.
So, like, I've heard about. We'll get onto the serpent in a minute, but when that's happening, are you just sat still in a chair with your eyes shut?
Yeah, I was like lay on a bed.
Yeah, with your eyes shut, but you're in
Yeah.
your head. You're like flying through a
Do you know
black
what you were
hole.
saying earlier about like the black when your eyes go black? I
Yeah.
like covered my eyes because I was like it's too bright. So I covered my eyes and then it was dark but the same
Right. Okay.
darker version. So
Yeah.
it's like I was wearing shades.
Wow.
Did you open your eyes at all while it was happening?
Yeah, I've done it like where I've opened my eyes.
And what's that like?
Like
just
the room's just
Yeah.
like the
Just
curtains are
crazy.
fizzing.
right. Yeah.
Fizzing.
Yeah, like it looks like they're fizzing.
I describe like African patterns, you know, and like
Yes.
yeah, like
Yeah.
tribe, like African
Yeah.
arms, you know what
You
I mean?
done
It was weird.
DMT?
Yeah, we've talked about it on the podcast I did.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, on the
Oh
podcast
man, I
I
can't.
did.
We've done
I
so
did it
many
in a vape,
podcasts
though.
now.
I didn't break through,
Yeah.
but I had like crazy
The
visuals.
taste
and
is
stuff.
the worst. The
Oh,
first
is
time,
it?
that's why I didn't. Because
Did
it tastes like
you
how
didn't do it out
tastes.
of a vape, did you?
Yeah.
You done it out of a vape,
It's vape, not crystal.
right?
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
sounds.
that's what I did, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
So what happened with the serpent? You went flying through the galaxy on it, or
No, like I was like came up against this big wall.
yeah?
It looked like fish scales.
Mm.
It was like all like glistening like fish scales.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden from it appeared like because I was sitting there going, I want to meet the serpent. And Never met the serpent before. And then like out of the fish scales, the serpent came. Yeah. I was like, and like I didn't say it until I met Paul, and I was like, I met the serpent.
Yeah.
And he was like, you only see it out of the corner of your eye because it's looking there.
Into your third eye.
Into your third eye.
That's
and
mad.
I was like, that is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You could only see like there and there.
Because it's right on you.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's like, it was like in my face going, what are you going to do? And I was like,
Oh,
So that's when you break through, is when the snake comes.
it's not the snake, it's the, like everyone has different experiences. But I'd found like, if you go, I want to do this, or I want answers to
Just
this.
to give permission kind of thing.
Yeah, because I've tried it before where I feel like whenever I've broken through, it's been a female presence.
yeah.
And whenever I've not, it's been a male.
That's mad, isn't it?
So like I did it once and like literally felt like I was looking up and like almost like I was in a freezer. The door opened
Yeah.
and this guy just went, nah. And then I was back in the room.
Whoa.
But then like one time I did it and it literally felt like there was a woman right here and she went.
There you go, yeah.
Is that because feminine energy is a bit more caring?
Probably, yeah.
So they're guiding you through.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Whereas
ma-
the dad
And
was like, you're not
Yeah,
ready.
that's it. The male is the
male was
bouncer.
He was like a tattooed warrior.
Yeah.
And he was just like, not coming in.
Yeah.
So
Not in them shoes.
Happened to be like, yeah. No trainers. No trackies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
mad, isn't it?
it's whenever it's a male presence, I'm like, I'm not getting in. But if it's female, like hear fairies or something on the way in.
Oh, I really want to do it.
Yeah. Like it
It just
it takes
sounds, it's just so hard to even like comprehend.
I'm just worried that I'll
Seeing
go
it,
too
innit?
mad.
Do you reckon?
I am worried about that, yeah.
My best bit of advice for it is eat clean that day.
Okay.
Don't like do anything. Even try to be like empty stomach. Because one of the things I felt the first time was I'd had like a dead salty dinner.
Right.
And I was like, I need a drink.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And then like I felt ill because it tastes so bad. It does taste like it's worth trying it a couple of times to get used to the taste.
Just have a little.
Can you
little
describe
tokey.
what it tastes like?
Halitosis.
What is that?
Like, do you ever stand next to someone with the worst
Super
breath?
bad breath.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it tastes like.
Oh, no.
I
So I was
can't
like,
really remember the taste or anything like that.
eh?
I can't remember the taste.
It's like metallic and like.
You must have halitosis.
Maybe it's like, that's not what I was paying attention to because I've only did it the once, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Maybe I was so like taken aback by.
I imagine, yeah, you sort of going, what the fuck's going to happen
Yeah,
here?
yeah. Well, and I don't think I was scared. I found it like really familiar. You know what I mean? Like the high.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like really comfortable.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
weren't panicking
I've
whatsoever.
heard that
It's mad.
before. Like you like you've gone back to somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like you panic more going starting.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do
yeah.
the first.
Mm.
Like it's weird. Like you go like you take the first hit, and you go okay that tasted horrible, but everything's fine. And then you take the second one, and the room just goes, and you go I am the most fucking.
I was scared to close my eyes, and
Yeah.
my cousin's head. I was sitting on the couch next to my cousin, and as I'm looking at him, his head got bigger, and then his skin went green, and then I just went like that. Yeah, so, and then it was like
That'll
these
do it.
African patterns. And
I get obsessed with my hand. I was like I've got Simpson hands. Do you like but like yellow?
you get like 4. You just
Yeah.
get 4.
Yeah.
We watched Have a Word on Mushrooms, and Hutchie's head just got bigger
Oh
and
my
bigger.
god, it was
Yeah.
insane. You know, we were just like we'd had a good little trip on them, and then we were like sort of on the come down of it. But you
Yeah.
still feel nice, but like the visuals are settling down a bit.
Yeah.
We threw Have a Word on with Hutchie on it, and because he had a black polo on and black jeans, all you could see, all I felt like I could see was his arms and his head.
Yeah.
And then I was looking every time I went back to him, it was like his head was a little bit bigger. And we were going, his head's gonna be fucking massive at the end of this. Like it was just dead strange. It was so funny. It was mad.
Yeah,
It's
but
just weird, innit?
we have to try the DMT thing.
Yeah.
I can see why you'd need a shaman because they
Yeah.
coach you through it. Because
Really
I've watched
calm
things
you
where
down
people
and
do
that as
it
well.
and they
I
need you
wonder
coaching.
on YouTube, can you just put one on to guide you maybe?
Yeah, you might be able to.
Why don't we just speak to the shaman that we've got on
That
next
would be
week?
terrifying though when all of a sudden you get an advert because
yeah.
you haven't got YouTube.
Or if
Premium.
it's like a Rick roll.
yeah. Or if you just start like when you're deep into the high, it's just like fucking nightmare.
Never gonna
That'd be awful.
Yeah.
Mad.
We should make one.
give Phil his card. We give one of these to all our guests
nice.
and £10 patrons.
Oh, nice.
It
An
entitles you
official
to one favour,
Club member.
One favour. What's this?
whatever you need
Any
in the
favour.
future.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep that
It
date.
expires on either your or our deaths.
Okay. Right. That makes sense as well. Both of your deaths, though.
Yeah.
Only one of me has to die.
I mean, if you really want to call a favour in on my grieving widow, then that's on you. But
Yeah, it
Just
says a lot
showing up
about
during
you.
during the eulogy.
you got a 20, bud?
Something bad like full English breakfast.
On the morning of the funeral.
Do you know
Have
what?
you got Newton
risk-
Faulkner's phone number? That guy's name? Newton Faulkner.
Unfortunately, yeah, man. That's mad.
Question.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
on.
This is from Jane Pickering, the one and only.
Shout out, James.
Shout
Queen
out Jane
Jane.
Pickering.
I like
Please-
Jane.
Yeah,
She's
she's boss.
the legend, isn't she?
Please ask Phil to talk about how the Covert Marshals routine came about, and if it took a lot of work as it came across as spontaneous, never fails to crack me up. I would also like to hear a little about him growing up in Texas, if he doesn't mind talking about it.
Okay. Yeah, the Covert Marshals bit.
Yeah. I can't remember it.
What is that?
I don't even know
That
if I've
was-
seen it.
It was in hot water,
Yeah.
and it kind of went viral.
Mm.
But it was like I was chatting to some people from Manchester, and they had Covert Marshals. I'd been in Manchester the week before, and there was Covert Marshals walking about.
Right.
And I was saying, like, one of them had like 2 temperature guns on him. So I'd like written this routine about having this guy having temperature guns and looking like a holster, and then it came to me like cowboys and Indian variants.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
when the Indian variant was
Yeah,
coming in.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
So-
I never did. No, I never did.
So then I was chatting to someone in the audience, and I'd written this routine, and it was like, or like a joke, and it came up in conversation in Manchester, and I was like, this is the perfect time to slip that in.
Right. Yeah.
So I slipped it in, and then the video went out, and it went quite mad.
Nice. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like that was it. I'd written it like a few, because I write all the time.
Because your stuff's so topical as well. It's sort of written, put out, done, innit?
Yeah.
For as
Can't
long
do
as
it
the
again.
topic's
Yeah.
going. Like
I can't do that joke anymore. I've tried it a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
of times since, and it just doesn't
Because
like.
people are like, oh, stop talking about
Yeah,
COVID now with it. Like, but while it was there, you seen it, you wrote it, recorded it, got it out. Like,
Yeah.
you're so good with that.
And it was still like the seats weren't all full. You know, the coloured cards on the seats 'cause
Yeah.
you couldn't fill the venue. So
In
it was
the height
still like
of it,
half
yeah.
empty, or like there was like 150.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
restrictions anyway.
What's that
Yeah.
in it when just great time and just happens just like that?
Yeah, but you're always like that, man. Always on the topical stuff. Like, I don't know how I can never. I've tried to do it a few times. Like,
It's its own skill.
yeah. It's
Well, I'd love the news. I've always always been on top of the news, and I
But-
worked in the news for 14 years.
Did you?
oh,
what?
okay.
Doing what?
Editor.
Ah.
That makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Now, yeah,
I was
yeah.
constantly.
Well, I have seen any of your work.
You wouldn't have done.
No.
I only left like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
My last day.
What news was it?
It was like news for like remote locations,
Okay.
oil rigs. And,
Oh,
okay.
really? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mad.
yeah, so it's
That's
because
cool.
I'm big. Like I know American sport. I
Was
was
you
like,
ever
I
worried that like you might have to jump in for an anchor that couldn't? I don't even.
No, like you
call
did.
them
You
anchors
literally
over
just take the stories and put them in, lay them out.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Send them out as a newspaper.
Right. Yeah.
Or like record BBC News and then upload it to like a Netflix kind of system for
Right.
these places,
Yeah.
Mm.
and then
That's
they could
mad, isn't
download it onto their.
Yeah.
It's because they got no internet, so they have to have a limit their internet.
Tell us the maddest news story.
Yeah, have you ever slip any humour in there?
I did used to write funny headlines.
That's
Oh,
why
no,
you're so
bollocked
good
ones.
with the
I got
topical
bollocked
stuff
once
now.
because they were doing a pipeline. They were talking about a pipeline in Greece. They were talking about like a new pipeline.
Yeah.
And I put as my lead headline, pipeline deal in the pipeline. Got gone into the office.
It's nice when you
the
can be
next
funny
day.
at work, though, innit?
I was like, it works.
Mm.
Yeah, but
It's a good
Greek-
bit, that. It's a good
Greek
line.
sailors aren't going to get this joke. Also, it's supposed to be.
Oh, news would be so much better if they did all headlines
Yeah,
like that.
funny.
Depends what the story is, though.
No, I think they should do it for all of them.
What if it's like
Yeah.
child murdered?
Yeah. Make
I
it,
did.
Make
I
it
had
light.
body taken to morgue once, and I got told off for that as well.
Body taken to morgue. Oh, Jesus.
Did you see a couple of weeks ago, I think Man United has just lost,
Mm.
and it came up on BBC News, actual BBC News, and someone had wrote, United are rubbish. It was clearly some posh kid. But like that was someone who got in there and
Yeah.
done it as
That's
a
funny,
crack,
that.
yeah.
That's
United
mad.
are rubbish.
I remember being at school and for like April Fools, the news had done
You still do all
a
that? Like,
story. Did they?
Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
God, that's tedious. Yeah,
I know.
They did a story on a spaghetti tree.
Yeah, that was like back in the 60s, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
I
like
was
in
at
like
school a
or
long time ago.
70s.
Yeah.
And they like were harvesting spaghetti.
And
I mean, that was kind of fun at the time.
But now it's
Back
like,
then, but
Old
now you're like,
school,
but now it's so obvious as well, innit?
yeah.
Like, and a crazy story to what's it's actually contained. I don't know where I'm going with it, but you get what I'm saying. You go, this is the April Fool's bit.
yeah.
Okay, let's crack up. What about the war in Ukraine, guys? Like, fucking hell.
But turn it up a little bit on the April Fool's pranks, you know what I mean? Be like, news, the president is dead.
Yeah,
Have
get
some
it
spice to it.
yeah.
Because you live in like a fake news
Yeah.
time, like
Yeah.
that's kind of, you're sitting there, people believe it, and you go like, it's kind of our loss because you're lying all the time anyway.
Yeah, it's April Fool's every day
Yeah.
in the news. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why don't you tell us some truth for once?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, news.
Celebrate me.
How about you tell the truth, news?
That's all we want. The
That's
truth.
We just want the truth, never get it. What
With this part kind of goes into Sully's question.
we
And,
did? We never
There
done.
was another part.
We never done living in Texas, but there was
Yeah.
also something else about.
But the other... Oh, yeah.
COVID Marshals.
Woo.
We're like COVID Marshals.
Stop putting that fucking gun at my dad!
So,
There's a Tarantino.
I forgot.
Some people won't get that.
But before you answer the Texas bit,
Yeah.
you need to ask the other question about
Yeah,
from Sully.
From Sully.
But is there another bit? There was another bit.
For the COVID Marshals.
It was just COVID Marshals.
He's done that.
Okay.
Explain
He's
that.
done that.
No, but you asked him about
News.
the news. What's the maddest news?
That is,
story
I
you
can't
had?
remember the
Can't
man.
remember.
I've
Okay.
read that many news stories.
Okay,
over the
yeah,
years, so it's
sound.
good.
Sully.
Texas.
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 No,
Yeah,
Sully
and
and
Sully
then
and-
Texas.
Because Sully's
I
question.
think this would work better if you keep cutting the camera. Everybody-
I'm gonna write that in the edit going. Who's I did some like Western music over the top of it. Zoom right in on my eyes, like looking at you, it's like.
I get a little cigarette.
Right, go on.
Spit on the floor.
Yeah.
Sully-
Can't wait to edit this.
Sully's question just was, plain and simple, where the fuck is he from? Because I can't work out the accent.
Oh man, everyone. The amount of time I get
This
this
must do
question
your editing.
all the time.
Sully,
It's
this
weird.
does his editing, mate. Come on.
Piss me off, you, Sully. No, when like it's the question everybody asks
Yeah.
all the time. Like, and it's but I've had it done my whole life
Yeah.
because I've never been from.
I've never thought about just putting an accent on and sticking with that, so everyone goes,
Yeah.
he's from Liverpool or whatever. Just putting it on
Don't
until it
dim
becomes.
your light.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
dim your
yeah,
shine.
don't dim my
I'm
light.
not saying you should. I'm just saying, have you ever thought,
No,
oh, I
but
might
like-
just start talking in a Scouse accent just so everyone stops asking me?
No, because like you could tell there's certain words I slip on.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I would be,
Yeah.
it'd be fake.
You do slip into like the certain words where you go, that was very an American one there.
Yeah.
Like it's
American, Irish, Scouse.
Yeah.
Different words I say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So those are the three that have made your accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I was born in the UK, then moved to Texas, and then moved to Liverpool.
Right.
So
okay.
then like but then like my missus is Irish.
Yeah.
Been with her for like
So that starts slipping in as
a
well,
long
doesn't it?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this constant like Irish influence.
Yeah,
And I've always
yeah.
lived with Irish people as well.
Yeah.
So I've always had that.
Yes,
like,
it's a mad mix, that, innit?
yeah.
so-
like it's a weird. I know it's a weird accent, and
Yeah.
I used to be like really like when people were like, "Where the fuck are you from?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Ugh, this shit again." But I did one time. I watched Tony Hendricks. You ever heard of him?
I've heard of him. I don't think I've seen him,
He's
though.
a stand-up. He's white.
Yeah.
He's from Jamaica.
Right, okay.
He's got the Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to know what the fuck this is
Oh, yeah.
before he can continue with anything.
Yeah.
Because and then he literally goes on and he does like a bit about being a white Jamaican, so that everyone goes, okay.
Right, yeah.
And I have noticed that when I started opening my sets with, I'll explain the accent first.
Yeah.
They suddenly started going way better because like half the audience is sitting there going,
That happens, like, a lot of comedians have to do that, address something about them, because otherwise, like,
Yeah.
like Davey Ash, he says that about his eyes.
Yeah.
He said for years he used to go on and go, I know, I know. Like,
Adam Rowe as well.
Rowe used to do it as
Yeah.
well, didn't he? Yeah.
I remember watching a guy in London and he had like, there was something wrong with him. You know, you could tell like there was something not right about him and he didn't address it
Yeah.
and he died on his ass.
Because everyone's just wondering, like,
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah.
Like,
And as he went, thanks very much for entertaining me and like listening. And as he went to walk up, some bloke stood up and went, "Mate, just fucking tell us what's wrong with you."
comedy audience is going to be so brutal sometimes, can't they? We're all waiting.
Did he tell you?
No, he was like walking through the door. It was
okay.
in the. It was doing an open spot. The comedy store.
He was like, "Don't look at me," as he ran off.
But I think he was like, like when someone's like, it's not a mental illness or anything. It's like they're just like really epileptic or something.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I can see that. Something.
And he could have just addressed it from the off, and everyone went, "Okay, now we'll listen to it." But everyone's there going,
everyone was like, "There's something."
That even happens with like if someone's got like a button undone on the shirt.
Yeah, flies undone. Anything.
And everyone's just looking at that going, he doesn't know that button's undone.
Yeah.
And you're like, why aren't these laughing? And because everyone's looking at the button like, that should be done.
I've got off stage before, seen a picture you've took, and there's like a piece of hair there. And I'm like, no one's asked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's annoying, isn't it? It's weird.
But you got to address it because otherwise people go.
Yeah.
The amount of times I get stopped when I don't do it when I'm emceeing because it's weird start to the show.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. By the way,
Here's
my backstory.
Yeah.
Here's my
a bit about
Wikipedia.
me.
Yeah.
It is. If you type on Google Phil Chapman, accent is one of the things that comes up.
That's hilarious. That.
Aw,
So,
cool.
Texas.
Yeah,
You're from Texas.
I
Lived there.
grew up there when I was a kid
Where was you born?
in Middlesbrough.
Oh, really?
So is that where your parents are from?
My mum's from Middlesbrough. My dad was from St Albans.
See, there's even more accents in the mix as well, isn't it?
St. Albans.
It's like down.
It's where Enter Shikari are from.
Oh, so UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like down south.
Yeah.
Right.
And
then Texas. Why?
my dad was in oil, so we got moved out there. Shipped out there.
Texas oil.
Texas oil.
Yeah.
JR.
Whereabouts in Texas?
Houston.
Oh, nice.
No.
Was where Houston.
The Astros.
Houston Astros.
Those are the Rockets. Are they basketball?
Rockets basketball, yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you when you moved out to Texas?
14.
Do you miss guns?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever have a go?
I had to go, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
actually really good at guns.
Yeah.
They're good at shooting.
Did you have it on Paul's stag? Did you smash it on
I
that?
won the
Did you,
shoot,
yeah?
Everyone was like,
Unfair advantage.
well, Phil.
Yeah.
No one knows who were because I didn't post them.
I seen how
I'm not one
fast
of the-
you've slung before. Like,
Yeah.
know, yeah.
It's like, pow, pow. But you had to do loads of different challenges. It was me and Carl Riegler.
Oh,
The
yeah?
last two.
How
We
old
went
were you when
into-
you first held a piece?
Had a piece.
held a piece?
I think I was like 15 first time like I shot like when I was over here, like air rifles and stuff.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
always dead good at that.
Okay.
And then when you went to Texas, like when you were 18, you could go to the gun ranges.
yeah.
And like
Of
I was
course,
never
yeah.
into it, but my friends,
We're from
Where-
Texas.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like proper hillbillies. So they're like, we go to the gun range.
Yeah,
So I
that's
fired
mad.
like big
Magnums
revolvers.
and shit.
And don't think I fired a Magnum. I fired revolvers and fired shotguns and rifles.
Mad.
Ill.
Ill.
Yeah.
Is he fucking ill?
Is it weird? Like, 'cause it's big Republican place, isn't it, Texas?
My God, it's so conservative.
Yeah.
Is
Makes
it?
you sick.
Yeah.
Is it
Like it's
weird?
really conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're so like, especially it's really backwards. Like sexually,
Yeah.
Right.
they don't understand.
It's all because of the Bible, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and they were like they have like I got there just after this, but like girls will pledge their virginity to their dad, like to
That's
keep it until they
mad,
get
innit?
married,
Yeah.
and they get them at like 12 or 13 when they're
What the fuck?
when they're
Hell,
like,
man.
oh yeah,
Wow.
that sounds like a pledge I could make.
Yeah, it sounds like a healthy relationship to have with
Jeez.
your
Crazy,
daughter, doesn't it?
yeah,
The Bible's just a forager's
Yeah.
guide.
yeah.
As soon as I think of Texas, I always think of that scene in Easy Rider. And with you going, they're like, get your fucking haircut, boy. You've been
Yeah.
walking around with your long ass hair.
Yeah.
Shoot you off your fucking motorcycle.
that was the thing as well. There, like they always, where are you from?
Oh,
So
really?
I would put on a bit of an American accent after
Right,
a couple of
okay.
years.
Yeah.
Like, I was never wanted to get rid of it because you could get away with loads if you just put on a dead posh English accent.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You know, like if the cop stopped you or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hello, fella. Oh, I don't know where I am. I appear to be lost in the desert here.
Yeah,
Visiting
yeah.
from the Queen's country.
Get out of
You're
here.
like, this
Silly
guy
boy.
doesn't know what's going on. This lammy's lost.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's crazy. But it is romanticized as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I always want to go to, I mean, less now. Just,
Yeah.
You know.
It's fallen to bits over
Yeah.
there. Isn't it?
But
Like,
as a
Yeah.
kid, I just want to go to New York, Texas, places like that.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I'd like to go to New York now. I feel like it's just too crazy, busy.
maybe,
and
just to go to like Caroline's and the Comedy Cellar and stuff
I'd
like
like
that.
to
and see those
Yeah.
places.
Try it. It's just such a famous place, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I just feel like it'd be so overwhelming, like how big it is and how busy it is and that.
Yeah,
Just
we
wanna
don't have
hike
to
the
live there. It's
No,
just
no.
an
Cool to visit, yeah.
experience. Yeah, that's it.
Hustle and bustle.
But yeah, I'd like to do New York and Texas because we've done LA. I absolutely loved LA, but I think that's gone to shit now.
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You done Vegas?
No.
Go to Vegas. Vegas is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Vegas is fun.
I don't like the idea of Vegas at all.
Why not?
It's just a money trap, innit? It's just like I mean, I know every holiday is, I suppose, but
We went for the UFC, and it was too long. After 2 days there, I was like, this is too long now.
In Vegas.
Yeah.
I went for like 5 days for a
Yeah.
stag do, and I was like, we stayed in a house.
See, we didn't even go like in any clubs or anything because the queues were just
Yeah.
There was like 2,000 people in a queue, and I'm like, why would I even go and
Bother,
join
yeah.
that
Yeah.
queue when I can just
And
go
it's
and
like
have a beer
$40
in this
Mm.
bar here? Like,
Yeah.
and it
I'm
was-
like that. I like to go in like I love going to like shit casinos.
Yeah.
Casino Royale.
Yeah.
It's like the Raz of casinos.
The best thing I done,
Perfect.
I thought was like getting kind of free drinks by just doing 10-cent slots on the
Yeah,
slot
yeah.
machine, and then the waitress come over and you go, oh yeah, Jack and Coke,
Yeah.
and you give them like $1 tip, and you're like, is right. That was like the best thing. And then a lazy river with a frozen margarita. That was my the highlight of my Vegas trip.
See, that's what Vegas.
And I feel like I could do that most places apart from the gambling. I just lost all my money. Like,
yeah, but it was it's fresh and like.
yeah, but after 2 days of that, you're like, everywhere looks the same.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
just slot
yeah.
machines
It's like being in
everywhere,
IKEA.
and yeah,
There's no
Yeah.
exits.
yeah, it's mad.
Maybe do like a big America trip.
Go there for like
You just do a little
2
bit.
nights, 2 days or something,
Yeah.
just to experience it and then get
Yeah.
off again. But I couldn't do it again
or
for
like
like.
a road trip maybe. That'd be
Yeah.
good.
That'd be
I
sick.
always
Yeah,
like
so-
the idea of that.
Next year we're going to taking the pod to
come?
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Film some stuff over there and do a
Yeah.
podcast over there.
Yes.
The
Just get
year
you
after.
can just rent out whole houses, can't you? Just
We'll
all have
do
a
that,
floor
yeah.
each.
It's
like,
gonna be
Floor
boss.
each.
It's
can't-
gonna
that's
be
it.
boss.
That's my mate's
Yeah.
done it years ago. He just got one of the
Floor
big,
each.
Well, because the houses are really tall.
they're like
Yeah.
narrow
Yeah, but
houses,
they're
aren't
not
they?
that narrow. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah,
need a
they all-
floor each. You could probably get like.
No, but that's how they were set out though.
Onto one floor.
No, but that's how they were set out. Like the rooms were on every floor, so you all had a floor each in
Sorry,
the
I'm
house.
assuming like it's some mad little tiny house.
No,
Are
no.
you alright?
They're dead thin. The tax in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
no,
tax
yeah,
are based
yeah.
on the width.
Yeah.
And they have the hooks on the top.
Yeah.
So they could get all the furniture up. I read something.
I went on the boat tour.
yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Did you start stand up in America or? Oh,
I think I did my second gig there though. Did my
Oh,
second
right,
gig at
okay.
the Laugh Stop,
yeah.
which is where
Oh, yeah.
Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
shit.
heard of so many comedy clubs from America just through podcasts. Like,
The Laugh Stop in Houston, but it was horrible.
yeah,
Like it was my second gig
yeah.
Where was you first?
in Liverpool, the Royal
Oh.
Court. So I did like a stand-up course and then went to America and did a.
Did you just go over to America for like a trip?
No, I was visiting my parents. They stayed there for a long.
Right,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I'd moved here and then they'd.
And you
stayed
thought
there.
you'd just give it a go while
and
you
I
were
went
out there?
downtown. Yeah, but it was awful. Open mic, like
Right.
you know, like your Monday show,
Yeah.
where you have to line up and sign
But
up.
there's like 200 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like there's loads of people, and any professional acts get put on ahead of you,
Yeah.
and then you got to go to the bucket and pull out a number, and that's what point in the queue you are to sign
Yeah,
up.
right.
And then they have like a different host every 12 acts.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
every 12 acts, a different host comes on.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Every 12 acts?
Yeah.
How
That's
fucking
heck-
long
what a
is
long
that night?
stretch.
it goes. You have to get there at like 6.
Yeah.
You have to be there at 6 to sign the sheet.
Yeah.
Then the show starts at 8. To hang around for 2 hours.
Mm.
And there's like homeless people just showing up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
going like, I'm just coming for the air conditioning.
Yeah.
And I'll get up and do 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Was there any like heckles that got turned into like showdowns?
No, I didn't see
Anything
that.
like
You only done one gig there. You only done one gig there.
I
Did one
just
gig- did
It
my
wasn't in
second
the
gig
Wild
there.
West.
I probably would have opened with that story. Dave
know, yeah.
Valentine.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was mad. I seen a showdown. Yeah. Fucking hell.
I just think
You're thinking of the Wild West. That's
no,
what
but
you're
that's
thinking
what I
of.
mean. Like, because is it Brennan Reese said like he got someone tried to come at him with a knife or something,
Yeah.
and so I was wondering, like in America, has anyone ever been
Oh,
like,
probably,
I'm
yeah,
gonna shoot
but
you?
probably not on
but I
Phil's
only
second
did
gig.
that one show. I went to
Yeah.
try and do another show there, and they put me on, and I was like, oh, I'm in the second section, but really that's like the 9th section.
Yeah.
And it got to like midnight, and I was like,
Yeah.
been here since 6 p.m. What's
JJ
going on?
Whitehead was saying that about how in America it's because they won't trust the audience to pay attention and then have a break and go for a drink.
Mm.
Yeah,
You know
They
what I
just
mean?
run straight
so
through.
They just run all
Yeah.
nighters, and then
Yeah.
you might be on at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning.
yeah. There's no breaks.
Yeah.
So the
And
audience,
the audience just comes and goes as well.
oh yeah, you could be playing to like 4 people, or you could
Yeah.
be playing to 50
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
and then
That's
like,
what the comedy store was like. It was mad. But I looked at some open mics while we were in LA. So I was like, oh, it'd be sick if I could get up at like the Laugh Factory or something like that. And that was the same. Like you had to turn up. If you want, the sign up was at 6. They were like, if you really want to guarantee a spot, you need to go there for 4 and wait. Because people queue there. There's like 80 people. And like, I was just like, I'm not wasting a day doing that.
Like, too much. As well.
People moan at me at the open mic and I go, I've come all the way from fucking
I know, yeah.
Crosby. And like, lad.
You'll have to get your Mersey saver back. Whatever it is.
But it's boss, like, there's a proper scene in Liverpool, isn't there?
Yeah, I really like them Monday nights. They're cool. Like, it's a good little hangout for
Yeah, that was the first
people
time I did it the other week.
Yeah, it's nice.
Cool.
Our live show, man, you should come do one of them soon.
Oh, it was so good.
The live show's now on our Patreon, our 4th one. It was the maddest one so far, I think.
So there's a £50 cash prize.
Yeah, for whoever does the best.
And you just got to go up there and... So the audience seemed to respond to what is the silliest.
Yeah.
So go up there and do something silly and you might win 50 quid.
Bring your dog.
Yeah. Easy as 50 quid.
Pudsey, Cal will be like that.
Like, he was
having flashbacks.
Yeah. That's on our Patreon now. Go have a look at that because it was mad.
It was honestly so good.
They look fun.
If I can give one of them away, Liam did his famous when he used to play Pretty Green Eyes and just eat beans. He's on that.
Yeah.
It was funny, man.
It was so good. Everyone was like, beans, beans. It was so good.
I forgot, sorry, it's my fault. Harriet's question, there was a second part, and it was what are Phil's opinions on gigging in different parts of the UK, like Northwest versus Northeast, and it's the best.
Northwest is where I mostly gig.
Yeah.
And it's boss. But I find it's like the further south you go, the worse it is.
Yeah.
Like, not worse, just I don't know, understand how, like, they got the highest house prices in the UK.
Yeah.
And the gigs play the worst. Like Surrey and that.
Yeah, it's
like
bad,
£100 for closing spot, and you're like, must have TV credits.
I think. I mean, I haven't been down south and done a lot of gigs since, but it's like they expect different from your entertainment. Do you know what I mean?
So it's a completely different sense of humour as well.
Yeah, they expect more live at the Apollo kinds of shit. Where like,
and they get it as well because there's that many
people
in London, like acts in London, like big acts and stuff. They just go, I'll go out and do that, and then they can do 4.
Yeah,
tiny.
That's
gigs.
the best thing about it. You can do so many spots in London, which is beneficial. But like,
yeah, it's a bit more rough around the edges, maybe in the north, but it's such like a much authentic experience.
Yeah, and also just build the scene up here, and it'll be well better because it'll be less
the scene's definitely building faster in the northwest.
I think the northwest scene is amazing. Like everybody's putting out. Stuff.
There's
like,
so many good comedians coming through as well.
Manchester's great. That little gang of like Jordan Dushan and Dan Tien.
Yeah. Sick, man.
It's the south. I don't like. I tend not to go south too much anyway because of the petrol prices. So you can't get down there. I'll do London.
And the train prices are mad as well, aren't they?
I'll do London if I'm in London for something, but that's not.
Yeah.
Like if I go for the NFL or something.
I was gonna back. Do you need to wait?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, we'll have a little break. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Sorry.
Hey everyone, before we go into this week's episode, I want to tell you about Munch Tame. Munch Tame is the UK's #1 smoke shop. Do you want to hit up them for any skins, grinders, blunt wraps? They sell CBD flour, raws, lighters.
Blazy Susans,
Them.
rolling trays.
We've got a little promo code. It's Mild High UK. If you use that, you get £2 off your order. Munchtame.co.uk. Support the podcast. Enjoy the rest of the show. Love yous. Go ahead. We're back. A little break there. Chatting about carbonated water.
Riverton.
Believe me, you're glad you missed that.
So I wanna hear more about drugs.
Drugs.
If we can.
What kind?
Well, what's your favourite?
Edibles.
Yeah.
Weed. I like weed, but edibles is probably the
best way, innit?
Yeah, you're a bit of a edible connoisseur, aren't you?
I am a connoisseur of the edibles. I like them. I like having them because nobody knows.
Oh, you know when I've had them.
Yeah, but you do. Yeah, if you could, but you can do them a smaller amount. And people won't know.
Yeah.
You every now and then, like most of the time, we have them and go, "Oh, this is a nice high."
We can walk the shop.
Sometimes you go fucking too far. Just don't talk to me for a minute. I just need to get through this.
I remember going on a flight once. And I was like, I'm gonna take some before I fly.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever done.
I had 3 times the amount I normally would because I I want it to last till I get to the destination.
Yeah.
But it start, and I thought this will kick in when I get to the airport. But it kicked in like at the end of the M62 before we even started going to
That's how
Manchester.
you know you fucked up,
And
man.
You get through customs.
Do you when you like relinquish all responsibility for yourself because you're that fucked?
Yeah.
And like the lady in the airport was like, "Have you ever flown?" Because I was like, "What do I do with the bag? I don't know where I."
Yeah.
She was just like, "Have you even been out of the house before?" I was like, "You're gonna have to press this." I didn't realize there was gonna be buttons.
Just get me a wheelchair and please wheel me onto the flight.
Did you put sunglasses on or that?
Yeah,
You
just
have red
walking through the
eyes?
airport.
Yeah,
with
you need
sunglasses.
sunglasses on in that.
We've
Oh,
just been like,
I don't know
I'm
how
a
you've done that,
swimmer.
Phil. Like, that sounds like an absolute nightmare to
But
me.
you heard
That.
of people having edibles and then sleeping through it. Was that the plan?
No, it was just we were only going to like Germany, but I was like, I'm gonna
Just wants to be high on the plane.
yeah.
Honestly, doing like whiteies just on a plane completely sober.
I hate flying.
But you hate flying.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care about flying.
I
Yeah.
hate it.
Like the
So
lady was
I-
like, "Have you flown before?" And I was like, "I'm flying right now, lady." Like, what was your first ever edibles?
First ever edibles.
Do you remember your first ever edibles?
Yeah.
I do. It didn't. It wasn't. Go on. You want to do yours?
Mine was just a. So I used to live with my auntie Kath, and they made me like edibles, and then they made me a big edible birthday cake for my 16th or 17th. Yeah, and all my mates white-eyed. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic Whitey.
I had them on the way to Leeds Festival on the coach. But I think we'd already high anyway. I think if you're already high and you have an edible, you don't feel it hit as hard.
No.
So you just stay high.
Yeah.
The scary thing about edibles is being sober to, oh my God, I'm so high.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
In it. It's like you go, fucking hell, what's this?
Do you know what I feel like? I feel like you're on a roller coaster and it's going up.
Yeah.
And then at a point you go,
Get over that
can't
wave.
go any higher
Yeah.
than this, but you're still going.
That's what I always say. The scariest bit's when it's coming up. And then once you get over that, you're like, oh, this is boss now. So I think because we'd already had a few smokes, my mate was like, oh, do you want a brownie? And I thought it was a normal brownie. And he gave me this box of brownies. And he was like, just have as many as you want. So I was eating them just like on the munchies already, going, Dad, these brownies are sound. And he was like, do you like them, lad? Yeah. And I was like, oh, they're so good, you know. Scranning like 4 of them, I think. And he was like, nice them, aren't they? And I was like, yeah, like, did you make them? And he was like, yeah. Put loads of bud in them or something. And I was like, what? And he was like, the weed brownies. And I was like, oh, he's right, lad. Because we used to have so much weed. Like, I wasn't like, oh no. I was just like, sick, we're on the way to Leeds Festival with me stoned as fuck, boss. Yeah, that was the first time I had them, I think. Weeds Festival. Yeah,
My
we used to just go through some
first time
smoke,
was
man.
in Texas
Yeah.
having a brownie. And it was, we went to a house party downtown.
Yeah.
We were like 17. And our friends, like family lived along the freeway towards downtown. So we'd always go to a different family member's house and party there because they lived in like the shitty neighborhoods.
Right.
They didn't care about parties. Someone's like, there's a keg party. So we're like, sweet, let's go to a keg party.
It's so American.
Yeah.
Sounds great, doesn't it?
Shit.
We got there and no one had brought a tap for the keg. And we were like, oh shit.
Rookie
So we
mistake,
didn't have a tap
guys.
for the keg. So we like ringing around and eventually someone is like, yeah, I'll be
Chad's
there. Like,
forgot the tap.
It's rough. And so eventually the tap comes, but like the aunt or the nan or whatever, whoever's house it was like, you only have like an hour left to.
Oh, so it was curfew, does it?
Yeah. So it was like a curfew party.
Yeah.
Because like different parts of the town was like different parts of curfew. So if you're under 18, you have to be at home by.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh, that's mad.
And I don't remember what happened, but she was like, you have to be out by a certain time.
Yeah.
So we sat there and my mate was like, I've got brownies if you want some. And I was like, no, I'm just going to drink. And, but when the tap arrived, there was only like an hour's worth of time drinking.
Yeah.
So we were like hitting it hard. You know, like when they have to like pull it through a bit, get rid of the phone. We were just drinking the phone.
Straight away, yeah.
Just rah, rah, rah. And then we left the party and we were like, right, we've still got like half a keg.
Dude, no time for beer party.
Beer pong, but like really small. To get it done quick. And someone was like, well, he was like above us at school.
Yeah.
So he was in college already and he had a flat downtown. And he's like, we'll go finish this downtown. So everyone jumps in the car. Like I wasn't driving, but like everyone jumps in the car. And we had to drive back out to where we lived, like close to where we lived first.
Right.
To grab something from his parents' house or something.
Yeah.
So we drove back out and we went to this petrol station and the dude that had the brownies was like, here, hold these. and gave me the brownies. And like I was smashed because I'd gone too hard on the booze.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck. And then like this cop starts walking over, and I was like, the dude driving was like, dude, shuck them down your trousers. And I was like, okay. So I shoved him down my trousers, and like as I pulled my hand out, there was still like a clump.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. But then you know when you're pissed and you're like, oh, that was nice. That.
Yeah.
As this cop starts coming and talking, I'm sitting in the back of the car, like completely pissed out of my skull. And the cop's going to the driver. He's like, whereabouts you guys going or whatever. And then I was like, that was really nice. Just down, like grabbing clumps of just eating them. And the cop's talking to the guy for like 2 minutes, and eventually like, what the fuck are you doing, boy?
You eating shit, boy?
Yeah, your friend shit his pants in the back.
And now he's scooping it into his mouth.
Those uptown boys really are something.
Limeys like to eat their own turd.
I seen it.
But but then like one of our friends had like he was like a proper hillbilly. He had like a police scanner and everything in his like a jacked up truck.
That's so
and he'd
funny.
seen the cop talking to us and was like, these boys are gonna need to be like bailed out.
Yeah.
So he like called in a robbery or something down the road,
Oh shit! No way.
and the cops all fucking scattered, and we were like, thank God for that. Like everyone was
Ah.
like, this is like the 5th time you've almost got us
Yeah.
in trouble with the law.
It-
And I was
No
like, this is
way.
the first time with edibles. But then on the way downtown, they kicked in, but I was already shit-faced drunk, and you can't mix.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was just completely. I was like
Fucked.
trying to. You know when you have to like really badly pee when you're high and it like hurts.
Yeah.
And so I was like trying to pee in a Budweiser bottle, but like
Dick full of cake.
yeah, yeah,
Going everywhere.
But the Budweiser bottle, like the hole's like that big, and the air pressure
Yeah.
doesn't let the
Piss
water go in, so
everywhere.
it just goes. It was just flying
Yeah.
about over this guy's car.
Bits of brownie all over the place. Yeah.
I just remember getting to the guy's apartment and like his 4 housemates. They were just 4 black guys, and I just remember them all like in my face. Like,
Yeah.
like little white boy pissed his pants. 'Cause we were like,
Yeah.
and then passed out, and then woke up the next day at like thinking it was like it's gotta be like 5 a.m. It's too early, and it was like midday.
Yeah.
And they drove me home, and I had to get eye drops, and I got dropped
So
off.
you just
and I
fucked
walked
off
in
it,
the
yeah?
house and was like, I have to go to bed. I was ill last night. Just slept for like 8 hours, just proper
Yeah.
white eat.
Yeah. That's a mad time to have your first one, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
drunk in the
that
back
is-
of a car while the cops talking to you.
In America, are people just getting stopped by police while driving every other fucking second? Because that's all it feels like.
Yeah, they
Think
do.
about
They pull you
America.
over for anything.
It's mad.
Yeah.
It's
Just to check that everything, like your car, you've got your license and shit.
We
and
were
that,
in
or-
a petrol station, and he'd come over because he's like, these are probably drinking.
young kids, yeah.
Yeah, and we were like
Right,
17,
okay.
18, and they're like... they're
It's
probably
like
our cars in trouble.
Starbucks, NFL, getting pulled over.
Yeah.
Getting shot.
yeah,
Yeah.
guns.
Mad.
That was my first edible time, and that was the last for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It puts people off. I like, we had a milkshake the other month. And it was like 500 milligrams. And we had half
You
each.
split it. So I was like, we've got Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
And we were
Like, he's
just,
fine.
Isn't like 5 milligrams the legal in the States?
I don't know.
Legal limit
Is it?
Yeah. for an edible.
Well.
Well,
So that's,
so we were trying to do like a Patreon podcast on it. And like you
I
said,
like the way you said trying to.
mate, do you know what you said before? You thought you're going to have an hour before it kicks in?
Yeah.
10 minutes. 10 minutes, I went, I
Yeah,
feel weird
We
here.
started talking about big tours, and then we was just like, we need to go.
So we went, the plan was in my head, pause the podcast, ride the wave out,
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
So when I sat on the couch, I was on the couch for 2 minutes. I went, I need to get in bed.
Yeah.
It's like it was 2 p.m. I went, I need to go to bed. So we got in bed, and I just white knuckled it in bed, just for like, I felt like it half started being like a bit psychedelic,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just kind of wavy visuals and all that. Just in the bed going, it's just weed. I'm not gonna die. I know I'm not gonna die. It's fine. Just need to get through it. Stayed in bed till like the next morning.
I was
Pretty
sick
much.
out my nose and mouth.
She
3
threw up.
times.
Yeah.
I need.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
proper like overdosed. Like I didn't even know it was possible.
So do you know if that was somebody's first time doing it?
Yeah.
You can see why they go, I'm never touching that shit again.
Did you ever watch that show with like Pat Butcher going around the States taking weed?
What?
Yeah,
What?
Pat Butcher.
Are he
and-
sends us Pat Butcher?
Yeah, yeah. And there was some darts player. I can't remember his name. He's famous back
The
in
one with all the
90s.
chains. and
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I can't
And
remember his
they
name.
go around
Mr.
America
T.
like See,
I need to see
they
that.
it was like on ITV. It was like ITV2 or something like
We've
that.
got to find
I
And
that.
they did loads of edibles. They went to this lady's house and she was like, "Yeah, have ice cream." And they're like, "Can I have some more ice cream?" And they're like, and I was like, "These guys are gonna whitey." And then like they did. It was like Christopher Biggins.
Fuck
Yeah.
off. I
He
need to
whiteyed.
watch this instantly.
They're like vomiting in the RV, and the guy
Oh,
driving
yeah.
is just like, "Just gotta wait it out. That's all you can do."
That's hilarious.
Someone hold their earrings back.
See?
That's so funny.
They were just, yeah, they did that, and that was their first experience on edibles. They were like, "We're."
Yeah.
That's it,
I
because
was-
they're so strong. You need to just microdose them in it and just build a tolerance up for them.
I was brainstorming we're making a film, and I was thinking, should I do like a Pat Butcher fetish person in it? That might be funny.
Yeah, that'd be
so,
funny.
so it's just he's sexually attracted to the
Pat
character
Butcher, yeah.
or
So
the
I'd have
woman
to
who
like
plays her.
Pat Butcher the character.
Yeah, I
So I'd
suppose,
have to
So like, you know
dress
the way
up.
Hutchie loves EastEnders? Like, if he was signed up
He-
to an OnlyFans girl, he'd be like, "Can you pretend to be Pat Butcher?"
That's funny,
That's what the
I
like.
get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
little
hilarious.
grey wig.
It's Amy having to pretend to be Pat Butcher
That's so funny.
for a
that.
client. Like,
Oh man, imagine that.
Yeah.
Getting the big earrings and
yeah.
Yeah.
working in the calf. Patrick Butcher did.
Yeah.
Roy.
I'll have to research.
I just remember Roy and Janine, who apparently is back in it.
No,
Janine.
On the other day, and I was like,
No, you're thinking of
where do I
Coronation
recognise her
Street?
from?
you thinking of Coronation Street? Roy?
Roy and Haley.
Oh, Haley. Sorry, that's Haley.
Nah,
yeah.
Roy was Pat Butcher's husband.
I don't know.
Back when I
Frank.
watched it.
I don't
I
know.
know. Remember
My-
Little More
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just remember it.
and Trev.
Yeah,
Was it Trev?
yeah.
Just
I
going to
remember
name
him-
EastEnders
Slime
characters
ball.
now.
He showed up in Chernobyl.
Yeah,
Really?
he's
You know,
in.
he was the one doing the naked digging. The ones that,
He's doing
Oh,
well.
right,
he was
yeah.
he was in the new Batman.
was he?
He was the guy who gets eaten by the rat. Yeah. Yeah,
He's
that's
good,
true.
at, good
Yeah.
at them characters.
Imagine if he just died via iron every single day.
Like Sean
That's actually
Bean.
killed
or
it.
something.
But it's
It's almost
Batman That's fun. I was going to ask Phil if you had any new. I mean, you don't have to give anything away, of course. Have you got any ideas for sketches coming up, or anything you think you could make into one?
Nah, like I would like to do another song. I would like to do another because that was fun. That was like really fun to do.
Are you telling people you're doing a podcast?
We're doing a podcast.
Okay.
But we haven't started yet.
Yeah, but there's plans for that.
There's plans for a podcast.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
like that'll be the first thing.
I'd love to see you do a sketch because we've got an affinity for gypsy call-out videos. We both enjoy them.
Yeah.
You know the way they like go, see you, Tommy
Yeah,
McGee.
yeah,
You
yeah.
and your whole family are
Yeah.
coming out. Stab your mum in the head.
Yeah.
Tommy McGee.
I love that. I'd love to see you do one of
I
them.
did one. Back
Did
when,
you?
you remember when there was a story about the gypsy or traveller names that they weren't allowed to they would
Oh,
bring
in
them off from
Pontins.
Pontins, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a bloke doing the fight video, but he was trying to rearrange it because he couldn't. His accommodation had fallen through. There's one thing I hate more than you. It's wasting people's time. So I'm afraid we'll have to try and do this another place.
That's so
go
funny.
back and watch that one.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
did
Have you
well
seen the
on
one with the
YouTube.
kids where he's like, "You put my mate in a wheelie bin and pushed him down the road and all that"? Like, it's fucking so stupid.
I just loved them. I could watch them all day. You
Yeah.
know, if I had a joint and like just a compilation of gypsy colour videos. Because what I love is when there's a big gang of them and they all start to get like G'd up and they're
Yeah,
like, I've
yeah,
got
yeah.
something to say as well.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And they wait for the one person to speak and then
I'm
he
so
jumps
happy
in.
they're not coming to me though. Like,
What do you
imagine opening your phone one day and going,
Oh, yeah.
"I've got this message here off John," and you open it, and he's just like, "Come on now," and you're like, "Oh fuck."
But the proper game as well. And
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
every white van that went past just be like,
Yeah, oh, this is
jump
it.
out, yeah.
I don't think they would they fight you though if you didn't accept it, because it is
They're all like honourable. aren't they?
Yeah, it's
all
very honourable,
You
yeah.
can't,
the,
you can't
the
like.
best way to
Why
do it.
not?
I
You have
think.
to punch.
Like,
You can't like head.
well, as soon as someone goes down as well, they go
Yeah, they-
right, let him
yeah.
up, or it's done, like type thing.
There's a
It's
boss
like
documentary on it now on
Yeah.
Netflix. I think it was in the top 10 a few weeks ago. I think
is
it's
it
just,
Snatch?
I think it's just yeah, I think it's just called Knuckle. It's called Knuckle.
Right, okay.
But that's like it's all documentary and
Yeah,
this guy
yeah.
filmed this one family
Like it's
for years. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
When I lived in Ireland, Drumshanbo is just like street of pubs, and they always used to shut up when they close the doors when the travellers came into town because
Really,
they'd
yeah.
put the windows through and that they'd just get leery and fight, and
That's
they'd
mad,
just
isn't
proper
it?
close all the businesses.
That's
Yeah.
like a western as well. It's
Yeah.
very
My
My
western
missus said that
themed.
there to like shut everything
Yeah.
in the Cape because they were like, it's just
Yeah.
not worth.
No post office this week.
Yeah.
It's funny, the train I get into town from Kirkdale to Liverpool Central, you can go past certain places and it's on like the docks and you can see where they've just made little.
Yeah,
do you know
yeah.
what I mean? There was just like 2 weeks ago it was a patch of land,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden there's a few caravans, and then
Yeah.
and then they've built like a little park.
Yeah.
It's
They're
mad.
just
Yeah.
with you now.
Yeah, yeah.
In
Mad.
St Helens, there's Crossroad, and it's like houses and a little bit of green grass there, and there was just a horse on there, just in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And we was like, well,
That's cruel, innit?
you've
A
left
little bit,
that.
Do you know where it was like
Sad looking pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where it was as well was such an odd place for a horse to be. Like when we drove past there, we went, "There's a horse." I
Like
was like,
horse?
"She's gone mad." It's done. She went, "There's a horse." I was like, "Here we go."
Imagine as if there's travellers watching this now, we've offended them, and then we get a reply going, "See you, Wild High Club."
This is
Imagine fucking it.
no, this is a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want no beef with no one here.
But
I,
if
on
you
the
wanna
other
come
hand,
on, we'll get you on if you want to come on.
The
Oh,
Keegan
it'd be
clown.
sick to have a chat with one.
Imagine doing a call out video to get one.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to come on my podcast and tell us about your life stories.
That's the way everyone does it. though.
Yeah.
Please come alone. Please don't bring 80 of your friends and rub on our bikes.
There was that, like, you know, the famous one where the guy, he's really high pitched. You know, it's like a really old
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
really
yeah.
high pitched one.
I know that
You're fellas understand there. And you're
Like Ashley Peacock.
yeah.
one.
Fellas. He looked like the guy that I used to live with, and he was Irish. I used
Yeah.
to rinse him for that because that came out. That was like not WhatsApp, you know, like a Bluetooth video. At the time, you just get Bluetoothed it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we got it, and we're like, "It's you, Bren."
Nice.
I love it. And like, you
Scared
don't,
of talking about it now.
yeah, but you don't think of the stuff that goes on after it. Like they're all, yeah, and then they go, okay, let's watch that back. You know, you know, they're all like that. When they go, that was good what you said there, Patrick. That was a good one there. He's going to shite himself when he sees that.
Do you think we could get another bit more on the key light? Your face is looking a bit dark
Yeah.
there.
We're not fucking Roger Deakins here. Let's just get a clean
What are you
shot.
doing with your hands there, Paddy? Paddy's just in the back going, don't know where to put my hands.
Take two, wrap it up again, boys. Belly up. Belly's up.
Fucking hell, mate.
I know someone who she was like friends with a traveller community in St
God.
Helens, and they used to do cockfighting, and so she ended up with one of the cocks.
We all thought the same.
Immediately. My dick's well bigger than yours, Calvin Jason. You're walking around St. Helens, you got the biggest dick. Maybe in the little car park, we'll see about that.
It was one-eyed as well. The cock that she ended up with. It had
Really,
one eye,
yeah.
yeah.
What, did she
from
win it?
Fighting. No, she just, they didn't, it was injured because it only got one eye
right,
from
yeah.
the fight, and then that's not a prize cock anymore, is it? A one-eyed one.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah.
Ask his barber, he'll tell you.
Johnny on Brazos. He's got a prize
Yeah.
cock.
So they just didn't want it anymore, so she ended up with that.
I'm still laughing at that. He'll be shitting his pants when he sees that. Oh, mate, that was funny. That.
They're just amazing. You know, if you're on
We should
YouTube
watch
watching
them.
this now,
We should
watch one.
do
Yeah,
a
we
watch along
watch,
on
yeah.
Patreon.
No, they're so funny,
That'd be
man.
good.
Staple. Should we give him a staple?
Go on. Oh,
You
I
did,
sh- I
you
should
did the
know
staple
them.
question.
It's our staple. What are they?
Proudest moment, shameful moment.
Yeah.
Proudest moment.
If you've got a most proudful moment and most shameful.
Proudful.
Proudful.
Proudful?
Prideful.
Prideful?
Prideful moment.
Sorry.
I don't. Not a lot. Well, like I've been proud of stuff, you know.
What's that then?
Just like
Tell us that.
Made it here.
yeah. Like doing comedy, like
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
better and like
Yeah.
watching myself.
Is there a
do,
gig
like-
that stands out where you were like, this was fucking mega? You
Some
know?
of the ones for Paul must have been pretty
Some
big.
of the ones were Paul really good. Like the first time I did Dublin, that was really good.
Yeah.
And it's always nice like when someone comes to watch you that hasn't seen you before, like someone that knows you, like a family member.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
okay.
my first time my parents came to watch me, I
Yeah.
let them watch me for like 10 years, and then they came to watch.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's
Had
good.
a nice gig though as well.
Yeah,
Where they're like, oh
mm.
shit, he's actually doing something.
Yeah.
Someone got chucked out halfway through my set, but like it was still like
What happened, sorry?
someone got chucked out halfway through because they
Right.
wouldn't shut up. It
Yeah.
was one of those London ones where you gotta like stick to time, you gotta be bang on.
Oh, shit,
And I was
yeah.
like, I can't even divulge from this. So like
It's annoying, isn't it?
that'd be a proud, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Now let's go shameful. Not eating brownie out your pants, maybe. That might be one of them.
I mean, I've
Might have
done-
already covered it.
There's loads of shame. I don't know. Like
It's a hard question, isn't it? But
it is.
It'll,
like
something will come.
I don't know. Like, there's been like like one time when I was young, before I moved to America. Actually, this leads up to the week that I moved there.
Yeah.
So I like went to this kid's house, and he was like, wait there, and he disappeared, and he came back, and he had a porno.
Mm.
And it was the first time I'd seen a porno mag.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the greatest thing.
I love America.
Yeah.
I am moving here.
No, that was in the UK.
Oh, sorry.
In the UK. So he's like, wait there, and he brings back like Razzle or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the most amazing thing. And then he was like, I have to go put it back, so don't look. And I was like, okay. So I like looked out, and you could see into his dad's room, and there was a big mirror.
Yeah.
And you could just see where he put it back. And so like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But then like, next time I went round there, he was like, I'd been around like 3 or 4 times since. He was like, I'm going for a shit. So I was like, okay. And he went, and I was like, here we go. See that porno next.
I gotta see them
So
tits again, man.
Half-inched it, and like literally just ran out the house. Like I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Do you know what hilarious? If the kid comes out, he's first. He still's got to go. Runs to the mirror.
Before he's even got it. Yeah. Just a mad dash for the door.
With his pants around his ankles.
That's funny, man.
But like, I took it and went home and like had this porno mag for ages.
Yeah.
But like, I was like 11 or 12. So there was like a long, I'd like literally wake up, if I knew the house was going to be empty that day, I'd wake up and be like, I don't feel well, I don't think I can go to school today. Like, put the thermometer on the radiator trick.
Then, like, you fucking Ferris Bueller.
Literally literally just sit there like all day.
Wanking.
Just wanking.
That's so funny.
One porno back there. But then like, it became a thing, like, I did it a couple of times, and then it became like a shameful.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, because it was.
I'm an animal.
Is stolen porn.
Yeah.
And then like the week we were moving, we had to like we got a big box to put your shit in.
Yeah.
And like, this is all stuff that's coming with you, and like the other stuff's getting either turfed or shipped.
Yeah.
You know, like your bed is not coming with, whatever. And so like, I knew I had to get rid of this porno mag because we were going on a school trip to Germany or France or somewhere. And then literally what was happening was I was leaving the house in the morning, going on this week-long school trip, getting back, staying in a hotel for 2 nights, and then we were moving. So I was never coming back to the house again.
Yeah, right.
So I knew I had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And like every time I tried to get rid of it, something would happen. And I was like, I got to get rid of this.
Like the mask?
Yeah. I was like, I got to get rid of this.
Keep showing up.
Yeah. And like, go to get rid of it. I'd take it out and I'd be like, one more time.
Throw it out the window.
The age is too strong.
Yeah. Throw it out the window and flies back in it. You're like, fucking hell.
But then I had to like, I was like, oh, what I'll do is I'll take it to the school trip and I'll just give it back to the kid and stick it in his bag or something like that. But then, like, you had to get up at like 4 a.m. to get there, to get the coach from school to the ferry.
Yeah.
And I remember I packed everything away, and I was like, on the morning, I'll just shove it in my bag and then go. And then, like, I got woken up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, stumbling around. And then I remember my dad, like, got me in the car, and we drove down the street and then turned the corner out onto the main street. And he was like, well, that's the last time you'll ever see that house. Hope you got everything. And then, like, it was like slow motion, like my body, like my mind left my body and like reversed back up the stairs underneath the thing to this fucking porno mag. And I was like, I have got to get, because like I was like, I'm never going into the room again.
Like Kevin's mum on Home Alone.
Yeah.
It's like, the porno.
Someone's gonna lift the mattress and be like, this fucking porno is absolutely rock solid porno.
Yeah. I love the thought of you trying to give it back to the kid. Just
I know,
like, I robbed this 6 months ago, sorry.
No,
like
he was going to sneak it back in the kid's bag, so the kid was going to open his bag and be like,
Was that your plan, was it? Sneak it back into his bag?
But then what happened was,
That's
like,
so funny.
I was like driving down the street and I was like, Dad, I have to go back to the house. And he's like, why? And I was like, I forgot something. And he's like, what did you forget? And I was like, I forgot something.
Oh no, Dad!
You know when like they were, he's going, yeah, but what have you got? And I was like, I left the light on. He's like, don't worry about it. It'll turn up, your mum will turn off. I was like, no, I have to. Then I just started like making shit up. I'm like, I left the candle burning, and he's like, there was no candle in your bedroom at 4 o'clock. I woke you up. And I was like, no, it was under the bed. And he was like, under the bed? What, you woke up at 4 a.m. decided to do a seance? And I was like, no, I just got to go back. Like, eventually, the panic in my voice must have been like, okay.
He's left the porno under the bed.
So he like took me back to the house and I bolted upstairs And my mum was like, what's going on? Why are you back? And I was like, grabbed this porno mag and like shoved it down my top. It was like a tracksuit top. It come up to here. The thing was like a fucking cricket bat. It was just rock solid. It was like sticking out like this. It was like a proper like. And she's like, "What's that under your top?" I was like, "It's nothing." It's like holding the zip. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. She's going, "What is that?" Like a wrestling match.
No.
And she's going, "Show me what you've got." And I'm like, you're like, my life is gonna end if this zip comes down half an inch. There's just gonna be like some vagina.
Fuck me.
And I was like, she eventually must have heard the panic. My dad was like, just leave the boy, just get in the car. And he's like, obviously knows.
Pops knows. Yeah, he's been through that.
Driving back towards the school, and he's like, so did you put out the candles? And I was sitting there with this thing sticking out like that, and because we were going to like France or Germany, and then when we got on the school trip, I was going to give back to the kid, but then I was rooming with this kid who'd like kicked my ass earlier on in the year.
Why was you in his room? Like,
well, like I never grassed him up or anything like that. I just
it's not fucking snitch, dude.
No, but I mean, I didn't know it. Like, you might have been in school, and if it's in school, usually the teachers see it or shit, whatever, don't they?
Well, no, we were like, we weren't like, we literally got on a coach and then went to this.
No, I meant when he battered you.
Oh yeah, they battered me in school, but like the teachers didn't see.
Oh,
They
okay.
didn't give a fuck even
Right,
though I
okay.
said.
Sound.
I remember thinking it was because I'd like taken a piss out of him or something.
Yeah, okay.
He's bigger than me, so it was like unfair fight, and I was like, I'm gonna get this comeback. And so when it was like the last day, and we were all packed up to go, and he left his bag, and I shoved it in because I thought hopefully his mum will unpack that. Because my initial plan was to leave it in the guy I'd stole off's. Where's his dad, really? Yeah. Bag, and him go, oh, the porno we lost.
No, it's funny though.
The porno we lost. Like his dad's going to whatever ever, that's good.
That was like my final thing before moving, because then I like got back and just got off and just left and never knew what happened. Hopefully his mum found it.
Yeah,
that was
what a psychological fucking bomb.
Yeah.
But what's funny is like the kid that beat you up then just gained a boss porno. Like he was like, I think God's real. I beat up that kid, and now I've got a porno.
I want to do it more. I want to beat it more.
It was a pretty like zinc infested. Like,
great man, was it?
It was
what you were going to say, like what you done to get him back was beat him to death with the porno magazine.
Finally, it's solid enough to just
fuck off.
I found it so funny when he was like, I've got a candle under the bed, and just starts with like admitting to random shit like a heroin. I've been doing heroin. I forgot all my heroin. Like, admitting to weird shit.
There's a dead person under the bed. It's fucking so funny that.
That'd probably be my most shameful.
That was
it's up there, isn't it?
That was a boss story. That's
pretty up there, man.
The original book thief.
Yeah.
Book thief.
That's what it's actually about.
Is it classed as a book? Who you say that? I read one book a day.
The book thief is about the Holocaust.
I listened to that.
Oh.
Have you?
Yeah, I've read. My missus loved that book.
Yeah.
And so I got it, downloaded it as an audiobook. It's quite good.
It's good. It's like a bestseller, wasn't it?
I had some pea soup afterwards. I was like, don't understand that. What they love about this. Turns out it's famine. Necessity.
Like that eating raw potato going.
Over there, like with a hocker ham.
Yeah. The Germans, they'd love that.
Anyway.
Well, that was a weird, weird turn, that one. Like talking about stolen porno mag, and we were like, the Germans love eating pea soup.
Yeah. That's what their porn's about. They're like dripping it over. Pea soup.
Unska. With the lentil soup. The last staple question is always an awkward sex story. If you've got any of them, creeping around, like getting caught, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit of poo on the end of your willy or something like that.
Oh, that's brownie.
Yeah. That's right. That's pea and ham soup. No. Lick it off, Elga. No, I did get. Like I was saying, like Texas is a Christian, like, dead backwards place. Like, they have, like, when you're in school, ladies come around and, like, tell you you're going to hell if you have sex.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
As part of assembly.
That's mad, isn't it?
Like, so you're getting, like, shouted at by some, like, Christian lady. And so, like, they're all, like, conditioned that anything sexual is bad. Like, girls used to bring their parents on dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a chaperone type thing,
yeah.
Yeah, but you'd be like... in a pizza restaurant or whatever, like the mum would come over and be like, we're just going to sit in the corner and make sure everything's okay. All right, we'll just be drinking iced tea.
Yeah,
We're not going to interfere, but if you need us. Then like the dad would be like, oh, like shake your hand, but like he'd break it.
Oh, no way. Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'm Buddy. Buddy Walker. You need to stay the hell away from my daughter, son. He'd be like, sir, probably best British accent again. Sir, Chuck E. Cheese. Should not be fingering your daughter here. I had
You can
glass
use
of
my
that.
name. Name's Chuck Vandersnoot. Don't rape and murder my daughter.
So they bring like and like I ended up seeing this girl for a bit, and then I was in school one day, and this girl came in. She was like, "My buddy's playing in a band. My friend's playing in a band at the church across the road.
Yeah.
His name was Wayne Kerr." And I found it like I was like, Wayne Kerr.
Yeah.
I went home and told my dad, and he was like fucking beating the ground. It's so fucking funny. And I rang this girl I was seeing. I was like, oh, there's this guy called Wayne Kerr. And she was like, yeah, we're going to see him tonight. Do you want to come? And I was like, this is the first chance I'll get to see him without dad there. And Wayne Kerr was like a proper Christian rocker.
Right.
He's like, Christian lovers, and we all hold hands. And we keep those hands out of each other's pants. Like, it was all like abstinent shit.
Your next song.
Yeah. Wayne Kerr. And we like, so I started seeing this girl for a bit. And then one day, out of the blue, like, I was just getting ready for school, and the phone went, and it was caller ID. And I saw like her name popped up on the phone, like her dad's name, because she had her own phone line in her room, but it was the downstairs phone.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, right, her phone's dead or something like that. So she's calling me. So I picked up and I was like, hello. And it was her mum. And she was like, is your mom there? And I was like, no, she's not here right now. And she's like, well, you need to get her to call me back. And I might as well tell you, you're never going to see Marissa again.
Marissa.
Yeah. Name change for her.
And then we need a montage of it. I feel like sitting out the window, like, where are you?
And I was like, oh shit. Like, I didn't know what had happened. So I just did what any normal, like, 15-year-old, 16-year-old would do and just ripped the phone out the wall. I was like, okay.
She's never finding that out yet.
Finding that out. Yeah. And then I went to school. I was like freaking out all day because, like, this girl went to a different school. And then I got home from school and, like, my mom was like, everything's normal. She was like, hey, we're going out to eat with your dad after work. So get dressed. And I was like, cool. And so I got dressed. We went and ate somewhere. And then literally, like, we were reading, like, I'll take the, you know, like the steak tartare or whatever. And then literally as we closed the menu and handed it back to the server, they were like, oh, by the way, we're going to Marissa's house after this. Because my parents asked if we could come over. And I was like,
oh no.
And like they were acting like they
didn't know anything.
Didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And obviously they didn't. And I was sitting there like trying to elongate this dinner for like, you know, I was like, dessert, I'll see the dessert. Can you list the specials again? Slow cooked lamb. Can you do it fresh?
How slow is it cooked?
Like I was having coffee after. Yeah, you never get coffee. Oh yeah, I'll have coffee this time. And
back using the old. I left a candle on at home, guys. Come on.
Yeah, like panicking. And so we like went to her house afterwards, and like the mom opened the door, and the mom and dad opened the door, and like, oh no, the dad opened the door, and he was like stood there, and he wasn't looking as angry, or he was like, oh, like breaks your fucking hand again there. Oh hey buddy. And we go into the kitchen, and the mum sat there with the girl, and she's been like bawling her eyes out. And I was like, what? And she's looking at me like,
you fucked up here.
This is about to get real bad for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And the mum was like, take a seat. And they sat like either side of the girl. And my parents sat the other side of the table next to me. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then the mum just picks up her phone and like dials in a number. And what's happened is, like a few nights before, we'd been like fooling around in the girl's car.
Right.
Because that's what you had to do it in the car.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't go to anyone's house. Because they're too Christian. And this is before the days, like mobile phones, they were just phones.
Yeah.
So people didn't keep them on them. And what happened was she had her phone. I didn't even have a phone. She did. And it was in the cup holder. And she knocked it. And it rang her mum.
No.
And left a voicemail.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And the mum was like playing it.
Oh no.
That's demented, isn't it?
Well, this is the thing. Like, we were sitting there. She'd give us no like preamble.
You just
There
press
was
play.
no like. It was just like she was like, and it was like type in your passcode, and then she was like, on the loudspeaker, and then we were like sat
Yes,
there,
we're going. Sorry, that's a bit of brownie.
but we sat there like we had no idea what was about to play, so we were like sitting there, and you know, like it was that like when like think up against the like you just hear scratching and stuff. We're like, is it like a joke? Is it a sketch or like, I was like, what the fuck is? And then you just hear like
moaning and that.
yeah, well, like
Phil Mona.
El Chapman. Why's it got chocolate on it? Brownie. But she like, and then like quickly, like my mum realized what it was, and she was like, "Turn that shit off!" Like, press the hang up. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Playing this these children's sexual
Your mum's
liaisons,
sensible.
all of it. Like, it's not a thing. Like,
So-
and the girl like got up and she ran out crying, went to her room.
Poor girl.
But like I was sat there, and like my dad just had no clue. He was like, "What was it? Well, I don't get it. What was it?" He said, "I don't understand."
Play like the confused Brit. I have no idea what's going on here.
I don't get what was being played. My mum was going, "You should be doing that to young girls." And the mum was like really like angry at me. She was like proper like, "You've defiled my daughter" and stuff. And I was like, "Don't act like you didn't get fingered."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, that's the worst
Back
thing,
in the
innit?
70s.
Yeah, that's so like traumatizing.
But maybe it takes people like that who didn't have any, you know, young like getting to know and exploring.
Yeah.
They're the kinds of people who play the daughter fucking getting fingered in a car. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And
Mad
then
that.
the dad was actually pretty cool. Afterwards, he like shook my hand and was like, I was like, "There you go, buddy. Smell them."
You got to teach me a thing or two, kid.
Do you need this porno?
I learned everything I know from here.
Slap him around the face.
Mate, that's a
that would
story
be
and
probably the
after.
most embarrassing.
That
was
was
a great one.
such a
Another great
good
one,
one.
But then things fizzled out after that because it was like,
I wonder
like,
why.
when we had to have like chaperones again. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
God, I
No,
can't go
yeah,
back to...
you escape them
Yeah, there's
in-laws.
only so many times you can finger someone in the ball. Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. Let that be a lesson to anyone out there.
That was amazing.
That's great.
It's great, man.
Yeah.
I think we'd wrap it up
Wrap
there.
it up, yeah.
Yeah, it was class, man.
That was so good.
Nice one for coming
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
Plug
That was
anything
great.
that you've got to plug and
Check out my social media pages
Yeah.
at I am Phil Chapman on Instagram, Twitter. I think it's the Phil Chapman on Facebook.
yeah,
Put out loads of comedy videos, like 2 a week.
yeah,
3 a
you do
week
loads, man.
sometimes.
Don't you? They're great as
Loads
well.
of comedy week videos, and then like the occasional sketch.
Yeah, go check out all the old sketches he's done in that as well.
Yeah,
Are they on, you got like a YouTube channel?
Phil Chapman Comedy.
Yeah, we'll put that in the YouTube
And then,
link as well.
Yeah, hopefully starting a podcast very soon.
Yeah, man,
little
that'd be class. Had some fucking great stories there, man. It was boss.
Yeah.
Our 4th live show is on Patreon now. It was amazing, proper chaos. Go watch that. And if you're not a patron already, sign up. And there's 4 to watch and about 30 odd bonus episodes.
Yeah,
which
and
is-
our Ched Shed episodes are very personal as well. We
Yeah.
talk all about my Jeremy Kyle life.
Yeah,
Um,
of meeting a dad.
all the
and that.
drams.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, go check that out. You got anything on, Tom? Any gigs coming up?
Not a lot, mate. No. Catch
You're
me on
gigging in
Monday
Southport,
night.
aren't you?
Yeah, it's Southport. It's not till July, like, but yeah, it's Southport.
okay.
I'm not even sure where it is.
Yeah.
I'm
Mike,
Comedy Festival?
sorry.
Is it part of the comedy festival? Or?
No. I don't
Just
think
a
so.
monthly
It's,
gig that
Kevin's
runs-
Gig, yeah. It's like a theatre. It's meant to be
Yeah,
nice, but
looks nice.
other than that, still working 6 days a week.
Yeah, we're trying to change that for you, man.
It's okay, one day.
That's why you need to
One
sign
day.
up to our Patreon. Make the
Let me pay
Patreon
Tom.
massive.
Come on.
We can get Tom on
I
full
want to
time.
just do. I want to do the bare minimum
Yeah,
for
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I do fuck
Tom,
all
why
here.
don't you do what I did and become a mature student?
I thought you were going to say OnlyFans. I was going
No.
to say.
I've tried.
Yeah, no customers.
Yeah, they said 11 inches.
I'm not
or
willing to
above.
do the kinds of shit that
Tried
you want me to
cutting
do.
But also Monday nights you come down Hot
Yeah,
Water
yeah,
a lot
Monday
as well,
nights a
so
lot.
come down to them.
When I get
They're
back on
always fun.
And I'm here.
You're opening
Every
one
Thursday.
soon, the 20th,
Yeah, the 20th.
and Greg Destiny is going to be hosting that night.
Greg Destiny, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Steph
Kyle,
Curry.
Kyle Legacy's
Legacy.
new name.
Yeah.
Greg
Yeah.
Destiny. If you see him, just call him Greg. Anyone who sees him, just call
Yeah.
Kyle Greg from now on.
Message him on
Comment on
Instagram
all
and
his
I like
things
that.
saying,
Yeah,
"Nice
well
one,
done,
Greg."
Greg.
Well done, Greg
It'd
Destiny.
mean a lot to us if you called him Greg
Yeah.
for everything.
And as always, like and share and subscribe. And tell your mates, any clips you see, give them a little retweet or whatever. Same with Phil's stuff. But yeah, nice one coming on, man. It was amazing. I had a proper good laugh there.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
and we'll see you all
Sweet.
next
Au
week.
revoir.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
You don't need a plan in life to get by. All you need is a snappy 3-word slogan. Could be 4 words, could be 5, maybe even 6. But all you need is a slogan, and people will think you're doing something when you're not. Go ahead, try it. Say it with me. Hands, face, space. Go ahead, say it. Hands, face, space. Hands, face, space when you mop the floor. Hands, face, space when you break the law. Hands, face, space when you're in the park. Hands, face, space, keep them in the dark. Hands, face, space when you're out with friends. Hands, face, space till 10 p.m. Hands, face, space when your dad's in Greece. Hands, face, space when you're hunting geese. Why not use the rule of 3 to shirk responsibility? If you find yourself in trouble, choose a slogan at the double. All you need is a snappy phrase to hide your sociopathic ways. Say it slow, repeat it twice. Excel spreadsheet, name your prize. To hell with science, let's campaign. No to theatres, yes to planes. Build back better, test and trace. 3-tier system, know your place. Hands, face, space when you're burning bridges. Hands, face, space when you hide in fridges. Hands, face, space, let's open schools. Hands, face, space, obey the rules. Hands, face, space with your messy hair. Hands, face, space, look over there. Hands, face, space in your private car. Hands, face, space, dich wunderbar. Huge recession, thousands dead, burns a dinner, shits a bed, it doesn't matter, the infraction, use your slogan as distraction. Elaboration, there's no need, just pick a slogan, you'll succeed, control the virus. Rule of 6, there's many words, just take your pick. So go and grab your dictionary, pick some words, you don't need many. If someone asks, why shut down Preston, use it to avoid the question. Hands, face, space when you mop the floor. Hands, face, space when you break the law. Hands, face, space when you're in the park. Hands, face, space, keep them in the dark. Hands, face, space when you're out with friends. Hands, face, space till 10 p.m. Hands, face, space when your dad's in Greece. Hands, face, space when you're hunting geese. Hands, face, space when you're burning bridges. Hands, face, space when you hide in fridges. Hands, face, space, let's open schools. Hands, face, space, obey the rules. Hands, face, space with your messy hair. Hands, face, space, look over there. Hands, face, space in your private car. Hands, face, space, dich wunderbar.